dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. I'd never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. What a wicked game you play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say, you never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. And I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. What a wicked game you play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say, you never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. And I don't wanna fall in love with you.
Hello and welcome back to WebDM this wonderful Sunday. Welcome back to the Lost Girls and New Amsterdam. How are you doing, chat? I'm just excited to be here for our mid-season finale. Next week we will not be on air. This is this is our mid-season finale. I'm gonna dive into it pretty quick. There are a couple of things I need to do before we do that though. Firstly, if you tweet about this, use hashtag New Amsterdam so that we can see it, because that's always really fun. There is a tweet in chat right now that you can retweet to let everyone know to come check out this game. So hit that button if you like what we do. If you're new here, welcome. Don't worry that it's mid-season finale, because we'll give you a little catch up on what's going on. There are a number of ways to interact with the game. If you donate 300 bits or $3, you can give a player of your choice a reroll, which in the game of Cypher, the Monty Cook system that we are using, is a big deal. It can completely change the scene. And for $10 or 1,000 bits, you can gift a gift or a distraction. These are similar to Cyphers and DM, or GM, I should say, intrusions. They make the players' lives a little easier, or a little more complicated. What's more, these donations go towards supporting the cast and the show so that we can keep doing this on Sundays. So they are hugely appreciated. And what's more, sometime in the middle of the show, I will probably be asking you a question, at which point you can give your suggestions. Previous questions have included, what food is popular at the boardwalk? Our answer being cheesecake. No, key lime stuffed churros. That's right. I was gonna say cheesecake. It's not. It's key lime pie stuffed churros. And we also, of course, have the Happy Fish Diner and Happy Fish Pet Company. Happy Fish coming to the city near you soon. Finally, shout out to WebDM's sponsors, Tabletop Loot Dice. Go and check them out for all your dicey needs. Use the code WebDM15 for 15% off. That's right, that's Tabletop Loot. I think that is it for plugs and strangeness. Why don't we quickly run around, say hello to everyone, and see what the players remember happening last time. Of course, welcome back to Lindy, who was unfortunately sick last time. And shout out to Emma, who is sick today, and looking after her family. So much love to Emma. Let's start with Susie. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Charlie. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm a tiny bit manic. I've been drinking quite a lot of Coke today, so I'm a bit like sugar and caffeine wired. And I've had to quickly rewrite my plan for today, but that's okay. We're good to go.
We'll do it live, it's fine. But hi, I'm Susie, otherwise known as Susanna Grace, and today I will be playing Jessica, the vampire wild child, who is kind of in a maybe dangerous situation right now. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, it's super scary.
Is it scary?
I'm brave.
Kiana, welcome back to the game where it's all made up and points don't matter. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Super excited to be back here in New Amsterdam with these lovely ladies. As for Al, she disappeared, and now we get to find out where she is. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You're fine, right?
I'm fine. You're fine. Are you fine? Anna, how are you doing today? Are you fine?
Yeah, I play Ephemera. She is a really old vampire. She works in an art and history museum, so she's kind of an archaeology character. She has some really weird stuff going on with a visitor coming soon, some demonology things, and then figuring out what's going on with these FBI agents. And I also wanted to say shout out to Hottest Singles. I'm wearing this awesome shirt that I thought would be appropriate for this game.
Yes.
Our mid-season finale.
Let's go check out the wonderful Hottest Singles and all of that Void merch goodness. Lindy, welcome back.
Hey, it's good to be back. I was very sick last week. I wasn't even able to watch the show. I just slept for like hours and hours and hours and took NyQuil. But yeah, I'm much better this week, and I am excited to be Ix's. I think she had a great time last week. She was reading comic books and pamphlets and other books. She was learning a lot through the power of reading. So
she was. So if anyone is new, we have our wild child vampire, we have our technomancer vampire, weird science wonder that is Al over there. We have Ixis, who is our vampire from the future, and Ephemera, who is our mysterious vampire from the past. We have FBI agents, we have shadows, we have strange people called the Spider and Mr. Fine. But why don't we go into Ixis's room, where a tiny cat called Velvet sleeps on her mistress's knee, and Ixis studies. We're back to Wednesday evening, which I believe is the last time we saw Ixis.
yeah.
The household is noisy around you. There's a lot of people here. Mazin, Al's home. Jess seems to have a guest. And what's more, Lamora is here visiting with Ephemera. But you are safe in your room. What do you get up to tonight?
Well, as nice as it is to be social, I feel like I'm missing out on some important social cues and references, so I'm going to spend the night studying these comics that Jess gave me. So when people mention Superman and the like, I understand what they're talking about. So it's mostly comic reading. I started reading that pamphlet May gave me, but the comics are they're really colorful, and it seems like a nice chill way to spend the evening. It's, my brain's already kind of spent a little for the day. I'll read the pamphlet tomorrow with, in the morning with a fresh head.
Which comic was Ixis's favorite?
Spider-Man.
Good to know. Parker! The night wears on and you eventually go to sleep. Early as the sun rises, there's the sound of a door slamming. The sound of a bull in a china shop tearing through a room across the hall. The front door opens and closes. And then all is quiet again. Sleep wears heavy on you. And slowly, Your eyes close, the world dims, and the moon rises on Thursday evening. May and Al leave early to go to work. Ephemera also leaves. You hear the car, the large armored Jeep, rumble into life and drive away down the street. Jess, what did you do on Thursday evening?
I went out to look for trouble and to get food. So I went out. I was out in the subway.
And seemingly forgetting all about their new household member, Ixis, you are alone. Except for the cats.
Well, yes, they are quite companionable. They are very nice. And so read May's pamphlet. Doesn't jive well with her. She's like, this is too much like the Vampirium. And I think Ixis is going to go watch some TV and maybe read some more comics. But she's learned a lot from the TV. Jeopardy! Knowing that came in helpful, that one social interaction. So she's gonna kind of just flip around on the TV a bit.
And as you do, and you take in more and more of the current world, and you think back to reading May's pamphlet and all the ways it reminds you of the place you came from, tell me about a specific memory of the Vampirium that is negative for Ixis. A specific incident.
Specific incident. I'd say that she had an acquaintance, not a friend per se, but an acquaintance, and they were starting to hang out more, start to become friends. They both had an interest in sewing and the creation of outfits, but her acquaintance had some pretty radical ideas about fashion, and actually had found some propaganda, which would be older materials about something about Renaissance styles. It was really interesting. The designs looked very complicated and very modest, but they were gonna go try to sew them together, and then the day came that they were gonna start sewing, and her acquaintance never showed up. She went to their abode, their place of residence, and they found the place had been ransacked, and all of anything pertaining to their project that they were about to start was destroyed, gone. And it just seemed very extreme that the Vampirium would be so controlling over something so recreational.
And as you... Sorry, I just distracted by something in chat. As you think about this and about that friend, you remember that you are here alone. That this is not a familiar place. And Cheers begins to play on the TV, where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. It's a strange tale of people who come to a bar to drink and to talk. Mostly nonsense from what you can make out, mostly to complain and to cause trouble in each other's lives. What do you get up to?
I think as she watches the camaraderie in Cheers, she kind of wants to experience that a little bit, but she's a little, while she doesn't like where she came from, she's a little homesick for it because it's all she really knows. She's gonna try to go look for her special place that she once had in the future, see if it's still geographically there. She's not sure how radically things change geographically, but she's gonna go look for her little waterfall in her ridge just outside of town.
Okay. So you wander through the city. Nothing here is quite as it is where you come from.
Mm-mm.
But you make your way to that park, to the place where the city hits the suburbs, to the place where the urban sprawl begins to stretch thin. It's a long walk. But there you are. Along the path, hikers jog in neon matching ensembles. There's a dog that barks and chases along. But then you are alone. Here in the park. The hike in front of you that leads to the waterfall. Concreted most of the way until it hits the tree line, where it becomes more muddy and dirt path.
She will. Well, she got some Mrs. Suds, so she's not worried about the mud anymore. She's gonna go walk on up to. There's like a little cave kind of right behind the waterfall, a little niche. And she's gonna go see if that's still there, if hasn't been carved out due to time yet.
And as you get there, it is there, this cave, this hollow. But there's already other people there. A group of teenagers, smoking, laughing, singing. A boisterous group. One of them holds in their hand a spray can, and they are busy writing their name on the ceiling of the cave.
Exus doesn't know how to feel about this.
And all of their hearts echo in your head as they echo around the cave.
Oh no.
Noisy, young human hearts. Up to no good.
Hello there. She's gonna try to greet them.
All right. One of them calls out, another one nudging him, and they laugh about something. Can we help you?
I don't know. I just figured I'd say hi. You guys look like you're having a really fun time.
Yeah, it's all right. You see the one who had been spray painting has lowered the can of paint down to their side. Not sure exactly why you're here or what you want. They had begun kind of almost, you could see them making fun of you. This strange woman who had wandered in from the park in the evening. But now their stance has grown more wary. It's a private party, you know?
Oh, well, I used to come here a lot, so I just thought I'd check it out and see how it was doing.
Well, it's our place now, so thanks for stopping by. It's glad you came, but bye-bye.
Oh, okay. Do you guys, are you here like all the time? Is there like a day of the week where it's not a private party?
It's not a timeshare, all right? We're here all the time. It's ours. Back off.
Okay. You all seem very rude.
And the one who had the spray can in his hand kind of holds it out and just goes, and there's a blast of blue that shimmers out across your dress.
That's funny because I put on blue eyeshadow today.
You knew I was gonna spray paint you.
I knew it. I just knew it. She's gonna be like, she's not trying to feel about this color on her all white clothing.
You know, ladies shouldn't wander around the park at night. People get ideas about what they're up to.
What kind of ideas?
And there's now 3 of them stood in a little group, and they all advance on you. They laugh. Oh, you know, when Harry met Sally, that sort of deal.
Harry met... Who's Harry? Do I know Sally? I don't think I know a Sally.
Strikes me as a pretty woman. She strike you as a pretty woman? And they talk away, and they make references that you don't understand. No one correct me about when Harry met Sally came out, 'cause I don't know.
She's like, oh no, they're making references. This isn't Jeopardy. This isn't Cheers.
It is most definitely not Cheers. And as they advance on you, it's akin to the way you've seen your kind hunt when they do the hunts as a pack, as a group.
Mm.
Blood
Okay.
sports.
You guys aren't getting any violent ideas, are you?
We're not getting them. Another one else.
Oh, good.
We got them.
Oh, not.
You got a
not
lot of things, ain't you, Ted? And they all laugh in chorus. And they grab a hold of your arms. The lead guy, just one on either side, pushing you back towards the wall of the cave.
Where are we going? She's not gonna resist yet. She wants to. She's curious. She's learning. This is a learning experience.
We gotta check you out. Make sure you're right to join the party. Or we could show you out, you know. Make sure you get safely to the car park.
Oh, I didn't drive here. I don't have a vehicle.
At this point, you feel another of air as the spray can exhales in another blue cloud, and your dress begins to develop a tag. The individual has stooped down to his knees while the other one holds you against the wall, and their name, their sign is being marked on the velvet dress that May had loaned you.
Oh no. Not the velvet one.
The velvet one.
Oh no.
And you hear the trickling sound of that waterfall, the laughter and the heartbeats that bounce around the rocky walls. What do you do?
All right. I don't know why you're spray painting all over my nice velvet dress. This needs to stop. I don't know if Mrs. Suds can get this out.
And
More than mud. It wasn't in the commercial.
the one that holds you laughs, and it is the most sinister chuckle you've heard. It's full of malice. Don't think Suds is gonna get it out.
I don't think so.
And you feel the collision of fist against your cheek. And bam, this hand comes across as the other hand raises from where it rests on your arm and clutches onto your neck.
She's gonna look really disappointedly at them.
Roll for mum gaze.
Oh, I do need my Ixis dice though. That is a good point. I have
Very
everything.
important.
There it is. The white dice. So she's gonna look really disappointedly at them. And I'm looking through my cipher system sheet to see. I have a thing that I might try to do that I haven't
Right.
done yet.
So while you read through that, so our audience know, if you don't know, we do use the cipher system, but we've slightly modified it. We've condensed down the 3 pools into just 2. The majority of points go into our blood pool, which is what our players use to make their vampires' supernatural powers happen, to make things easier for them. And then there's the humanity pool. This is mostly reduced when they do things that are truly inhumane, or when their vampire secret is discovered and it shouldn't be. There are consequences for these pools running low, and we're still for running out. How are you doing, Lindy?
I'm doing all right. So I have a thing where I can glimpse into the future to
Mhm.
get a
like a precognition thing.
like a precognition thing to get what's the term? What's the cipher system term? It's not an advantage, but it gives you it drops the difficulty.
Oh,
level.
right. Okay. Yeah, an asset.
Yeah, an asset.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So, why don't you? What do you have to do to trigger that? Do you just spend some blood points?
I'm looking for. I wrote it on my sheet, but I
Okay,
didn't
No problem.
do it. So I'm looking for where is the? There we go. I think I've got it. So she's gonna try to glimpse and to see what order she should disable these punks in because they have been very rude. Okay. So anticipation, it's 1 intellect point. You look ahead to see how your actions might unfold. You have an asset for the first task you perform before the end of the next round.
Okay.
So she's gonna see, because she knows, like, she's stronger than these guys. She can tell just by how their grip, how like that punch was. She's like, he was punching. Oh, okay.
Cute.
Yeah, so she's gonna see if about just disabling them.
Okay. So why don't you make me a roll?
Okay.
I'll tell you what, why don't you make a roll? We'll see how good a vision you get of the future. I will give you that asset as the rules dictate, but we'll see if, you get really good
she's
luck.
thinking she's just gonna kind of do the wrist flip to break out and then just some quick, she's real fast.
Jabs to the neck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I rolled a natural 19.
Okay. So why don't you gift 1 point of XP to one of your fellow players?
Okay. Let's give it to Jess.
Okay, so just make a note of that on your
We
sheet.
do a shopping spree, so.
For intrusions and other things. All right, with a natural 19, you see a couple of ways this could go. As you said, you're pretty sure you are faster than them, and you know you are stronger than them. However, you do see that they are not the kind that are going to give up easily, and in many ways, an act of aggression will escalate the situation. But you're fairly certain if you can take out the guy that's got a hold of you, he's been acting as the dominant member, that may dissuade some of the others for just enough time for you to get running.
Okay. Cool, yeah. I guess I'm fleet of foot with the extra speed edge. She's fast.
Yeah, the ground in here is slippery.
Okay.
Something you can use to your advantage.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I'm also trained in climbing and running, so.
All right. So why don't you tell me how you would like to make your move?
I think she's gonna go for the leader, the guy who punched her, the leader. She's gonna punch him back.
Punch him back. All right, make me that attack roll. And of course, you've got the decrease in the difficulty level.
Oh yeah, I do. Okay, so I rolled a 15.
All right, easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Punch, collide. And we'll say with that 19 precog, I'm gonna let you have extra damage on it because you can line this up perfectly.
Nice. So
And it's almost like if he were a toy, his head would be spinning round and round and round and round. Unfortunately, it is connected by sinew and blood and bone. So it just snaps to one side, and you hear the crunch and the splintering of jawbone and teeth. And just instantly, there's just this mess of blood. Seeping out. And he's dazed. You do feel that grip loosen, not that it was a particularly threatening grip on you to begin with. You have, I would say you would be able to run at this point, or would you like to continue this encounter before you run?
I think she's gonna continue this encounter before she runs, because she never got back up to full. She's not used to feeling kind of hungry all the time.
And this blood does smell sweet.
It does. It smells real good. And there's only like 3 of them in here. If she just knocks them all out, maybe she can just take a little bit.
All right, so
kind of bad for not asking,
go.
but they were very rude. So.
So Ixis, I need you to make a defense roll.
Okay.
So as the 2 turn on you, these 2 cronies, they don't behave quite as you expected. In shock of seeing you still stood there after making this punch. And they both advance. One lifts the spray can in an attempt to blind you.
Okay.
And the other, you believe, is going to try and get a hold of you.
Okay. Is this a speed defense roll, or is it?
Why would we have blood points defense roll? Yeah, you can just
Sure.
choose blood points to make it easier.
Okay.
I'm going to say this is difficulty 3 because there are 2 of them. And they have that spray can that they can use.
Okay. I'm gonna decrease it by 1 by using points in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's 2 blood points to decrease by 1 level.
Okay, and I have an edge in speed, so.
Okay. So then, yeah.
Okay, I rolled an 8.
Perfect, because you needed a 6 or above.
I did.
Great. So you see that spray can come up. Tell me how you dodge it and get out of the way of the hands as they come to grab you.
Well, I think with the spray can, her dress is already kind of messed up anyways, and she's kind of like, well, goodbye dress, I'll just get a new one. And so she'll kind of just rip up from like one of the leg slits is and just rip up a stretch of fabric to like catch the spray paint.
Nice.
And dodge for the other one.
Yeah, and dodge. The leader comes back to his senses, and his face is just a mess of blood. Where everything when your face gets cut always bleeds way more than you think it should.
Yeah.
It's just literally all down onto his t-shirt, which is a band t-shirt. It's kind of ripped up and messy. Jess would have loved it. And he's going to make a leap for you, so I need you to make another defense roll.
Okay.
We'll say standard difficulty for simplicity.
Okay. That one is that a 6 or 9? Where's the dot? That's a 9.
9, perfect. Exactly
Okay.
what you needed. With
It's like, it's gold on white. Where's the dot? Okay.
So he pulled back his fist to get you in the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
A nice sucker punch as you block the spray, you dive out of the way. What do you do to get out of the way of this one?
I think instead of like trying to dodge to the side or dodge back, I'll dodge like kind of inwards. Because if he's punching forwards, I'll just kind of dodge like into him.
Hey, you dodge into him and it is your go.
And so as I dodge into him, I'm gonna kind of use that momentum to kind of elbow him, just knock him back.
Okay.
11.
11, yep. Elbow straight up, and you hear a crack of his collarbone as you have more power than maybe you are even used to recognizing that you have. And this guy kind of topples backwards in utter agony as you've broken his collarbone. His face is messed up. His two cronies look at you, and you see something feral swap in their brain. It's a fight or flight type instinct, and they think they can take you, even though you're this tiny lady doing a ridiculous amount of damage. It's there's 2 of us, and they both just launch themselves at you with every ounce of aggression they have.
Okay.
So make me another defense roll.
All right. 10.
10. I'm gonna say, because they're using their feral, that you do succeed in your defense, but they do get you a couple of times.
Okay.
To the point where you were pushed back and away from their friend on the ground. And you hear the sound of more voices approaching. Oi, there's a fight! Hurry up! And the sound of running feet along the path just beyond the waterfall.
Guys, they heard that. Okay. All right.
You see the flash of what's like a torch, like a flashlight, just kind of swinging along the path as they're running.
Okay.
And you're up.
Ixis is like, I could probably fight them all. They're going down faster than they're not as resilient and durable as I thought they would be. Because she's never fought a human. We only ate a werewolf. So
Yeah, you did only eat a werewolf. He was already taken care of by the time you got
so
there.
much more fragile than I thought they would be. So I don't think she doesn't want to get seen beating up a whole like shit ton of people. So I think what she's gonna do is she's just gonna kind of go like a little faster, super speed.
Okay.
And she's hungry, and this is making
How
her
hungry are you?
I'm at 18 of 27.
Alright, so you're fairly hungry.
Yeah.
And there is blood here.
I think what she's gonna do is, because she's like, I don't want to fight, I don't want to hurt anybody more, so she's just gonna rip run real fast, rip the soaking blood t-shirt off of that guy and leave with it and be like,
Suck the blood out of the t-shirt.
yeah.
Alright, so why don't you make me that roll? That running
Okay.
roll.
Yeah. 15.
I will say, you don't think this t-shirt is going to be very fulfilling, Lindy.
I don't think it is, but she doesn't know what else to do.
Alright, with a 15, you blitz past, you tear off this guy's shirt, or at least half of it. There's still half of it trapped under him. You
Yeah,
got the bloody part.
I
And you
did.
blitz out, and you're on the path, and there are these 2 humans coming towards you. One's a woman and one's a man. They seem to be wearing similar clothing to the youths in the cave, similar style going on. You suspect probably going to be comrades to these people. Which direction do you go? Do you go towards them and attempt to blitz past ridiculously fast? Are you going to act nonchalant, or are you going to walk in the other way and into the woods?
I think she can't. She would normally try to be super nonchalant, but she's got spray paint all over her nice velvet dress and some blood, probably on her fists and stuff. So she's gonna be like, "Woods."
All right. So make me one more roll as you roll to escape.
Okay.
This is gonna be fairly easy.
9.
9. Yep. So with a 9, easily you blitz and you disappear. You are a shadow between the trees. And even your footsteps turn into little more than a rustle, as if a wind passing through. But with a 9, you are now lost in the woods.
Oh no. Well,
right now you're not sure where you are. You're fairly sure you could backtrack to the waterfall. But the problem with that is that's where they all are.
Yeah. I think she's just gonna try to wring some blood out of this t-shirt as a first step. It's an awful first step.
I will let you roll a 1d2.
Sure.
For, a light snack of blood.
I'll just do it in the roll 20.
Which is gonna definitely be less than you spent to achieve this, but
I got 1.
All right, so
she's like, I don't feel any better.
You don't feel any better.
I wasn't trying to eat people, but they were mean. And then there was more of them, and I didn't want to be mean. She doesn't want to go back to the waterfall. She's embarrassed. She's gonna try to find her way through the woods.
All right. And as Ixis wanders through the woods, so Jess wandered down a train track. Down, 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 down into the spider's lair, led by Mr. Fine. And there, Jess saw a perfect homely apartment hidden in an abandoned subway tunnel. A woman lived inside, and her new friend had led her to the couch to sit down, had taken her hand and shown her a Ferris wheel, reflected in a puddle of blood. And then he'd offered his hand again. And Jess, you took it.
Mm-hmm.
Make a roll for me.
Okay. That's a 4.
Alright. With a 4, what you experience is confusing, disorientating. Like going backwards on a train to begin with, that strange seeking nausea. And then suddenly, as if the entire world is spinning and it's a hangover from hell and everything makes you sick. The colors, the sounds, the lights. Lost and disorientated, you seek to understand what you are seeing, but it is all too much and you want to close your eyes, but you can't because you're in your own mind. You see May's face. That is the first thing that you can anchor into. That is the first thing you can truly recognize. And she stares down at you, fangs sharp and pointed. Worry, concern, fear. Things you don't see too often from May. And then she leaves you. You feel the wash of the ocean, the wash of salt in wounds. It stings, it burns. And then you see Darcy. Darcy is drowning beneath the water, reaching out a hand towards you. You hear the echo in your mind of Mr. Fine's words over and over again. I'm fine, you're fine, we're fine. Are you fine? Are we fine? Down, 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 down. Over and over he talks of rabbits, of worms, of birds, foxes, chases, of holes, of lairs, of spiders, of webs of homes. And it is dizzying, but over and over you watch as Darcy drowns. And you are unable to move, unable to get closer. You are under the water with Darcy, but you're not drowning.
I can't do anything. I can't move. I can't speak.
You could attempt to speak, and you're welcome to think and to move your head, but you cannot physically move towards Darcy.
I feel like Jess would just try and scream Darcy's name. Just something.
And as you scream for the first time under the water, you choke and you spit and you spoil for life, for air. And you look down and you stand now on the boardwalk, and from your mouth just pours blood down onto your hands, dripping onto the ground into a puddle that reflects a Ferris wheel. And as you look from left to right, you see a shadow that blooms and blossoms over the boardwalk. Slowly, the lights of the lamps turn out. And there are people here. They stumble, they trip. Some of them just simply fall. Around you, one by one, much like the lights, they go out. And then from behind you, you see them, shadows. Not people, just shadows, progressing and reaching for you. And you're released. And as you look around, you're in a concrete walled room. Smells musty, old, damp. You see black mold creeping up one wall. And you are sat on this threadbare, blue mottled sofa. There are cigarette burns all along one of the arms, little burrows dug in by a careless person. And opposite you, Mr. Fine. He tilts his head. I'm fine. You're fine. We're fine. Are we fine?
I don't know. What was that? Was that the future? Was that
future, the past? Between the two, there are lines. There's a track that goes from A to B, from B to A, and back again, around again.
Where's your friend with the tea?
And you see down in front of you on a box, a crate that's been upturned, there is a chipped tea mug. And inside, a cup of tea. But there is a film across the surface. It's grown cold and old.
This is definitely like not where I left, right? Like the whole.
I believe this is the same space, but it's very different.
Yeah, like my perception of it is different.
This was a clean apartment when you'd come in here.
Yeah.
Like 80s IKEA had thrown up and made a home in a subway room.
Where's the spider?
She sleeps in her web.
Look where he looks.
And as you turn and look up, you see up on the wall, cocooned in a silk, a spun web, is a woman. Her skin is pale. She could not wait, did not want to see what you saw. The past and the present, there is a line between the two. There are tracks that go from A to B to A to B to back to A to B, round and round, back again. The fox chases after the rabbit down the hole, but the bird gets the worm. Are you the worm? Am I the worm? Are we the worm? I'm fine, you're fine. Are we fine?
What is she?
She is our friend. She is the spider.
No, but what is she? She's clearly not human. Humans don't sleep like that.
You're not human.
No, I'm not. And you're not entirely human yourself, right?
I'm fine. You're fine. We're fine.
Yep, everybody's fine.
She is the spider.
She is.
She protects and weaves her web. It is a safe world. She traps the fly. Are you the fly?
No?
And he reaches out to take your hand again. It's a slightly different gesture from the one before, which was a whole hand clasp. This is more a friendly reach for your hand.
No, I'll take it.
And he leads you through to where the kitchen had been. And there is a kind of kitchen here. There were tiles sloppily applied to the walls, which have half fallen down. There is a kettle plugged into a power socket, which looks rigged to explode, is basically how you would describe it to anyone else. And there is a room beyond this. And he reaches and he opens the door, and you see bodies, people asleep. It is a haven, a place behind the door. Down, down, down.
Are they all like her?
They are like us. I'm fine, you're fine, we're fine. You wanted to go home. You took the wrong train. The wrong train. The train goes on the tracks. The tracks go from A to B to B to A and round again.
Uh-huh. If I go home, can I come back and visit?
Do you know the way to the spider's web?
You led me here.
I showed you the way to the spider's web. Down, down, down. He moves away from you and he seems to be consoling himself at having shown you the way to the spider's home. Looking at the people in here, your eyes adjust because it's very dark, but you do have dark vision as a vampire. You see an assortment of strange folk. That is the only way you can describe it to yourself. People who are like you, but who also aren't like you. All of them seem to be wearing clothes that are shabby to some degree. These are outsiders, people who don't belong, people who aren't quite people.
Do I see anybody I recognize in here?
Why don't you make a roll for me?
Okay.
And you're welcome to use blood points to improve your perception, or if you have any assets to do with perception, you may use those.
I think all my assets are about fighting. Oh no, actually, apparently I have a disguise thing. But no, I got a 15.
Okay. With a 15, for the briefest of moments, in the back of the room, crouched down by the wall, you think you see someone who looks a lot like Darcy. Similar, fine, small features. But it's hard to tell. She's at the back and she tries to hide her face, blocking out the light that streams in from the room that you stand in.
Well, I would immediately go to her very quick. I'd like try and tiptoe around everybody in here and try and not to disturb anyone if I could, and make my way straight to her especially after that vision.
And Fine reaches out a hand to stop you, but then lets you go. And as you reach the girl at the back of the room, she snarls. Giant canines fill her mouth to the point where she can't fully shut it. Her hair is long and unkempt, matted at the back. The only thing now that reminds you of Darcy is the green of her dress. It could be. It couldn't be. Closer, it's strangely harder to tell.
I'd crouch down and in a very like sort of passive sort of threatening, that's the word. Das? Is that you?
There's a guttural as words try to be pushed through this mouth that's so full of teeth that don't fit. And for the briefest of moments, her eyes reach yours and you see the green, the intelligence, and then she scrambles and she moves and she disappears through a door at the back of this room.
I give chase.
Okay, when you make a roll for me. As this girl has a burst of speed.
Okay, I have fleet of foot.
Okay.
So I can go a bit faster, and I got an 18.
Oof, easy. With an 18, you can easily keep pace. She runs between all fours and on two legs, seemingly unable to figure out which she should do with her body, which makes it much easier as you blitz along. You don't know your speed limit, but you think you're faster than she is. And she leads you down into what is a subway tunnel. You're back out in the subway system. And you can hear the ricketing sound of a train along the tracks somewhere in the darkness. And you reach a junction lit by a single emergency light, which flickers as a train rumbles through. And she stops, looking either way.
Wait. Don't run. It's me. It's Jess. You're okay.
And she hesitates. And for a moment, she searches your eyes. Make a roll for me to resist Darcy's mental powers.
Oh shit. She's really good at that though.
She is really good at that though.
Can I use some blood?
You can use some blood as you would recognize Darcy's special talent.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you how hard this is.
Uh-huh.
So you spend as many blood points as you believe is the right amount, as Jess wouldn't know how hard she needs to resist. She doesn't know her limits.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 4 points to reduce that by 2.
Okay.
Oh god, that puts me on 10 blood points. Fuck.
Hungry girl.
Hungry. So that is a 13.
Okay. With a 13, you feel a blast of fury rush through your brain. It stirs the feral blood that is inside of you, the hunger, the beast, the one that wants to know its limits. And you blink, and Darcy is gone. You are hungry.
Uh-oh.
Until further notice, Jess is feral.
Oh shit!
And you are loose in the subway.
Oh no!
Happy hunting!
Oh god!
Ephemera. You've had quite the night. You'd gone to work and spoken with Theodore Banks about the intrusion of the FBI. You discovered they'd stolen things from your desk. It was all there on the ledger, but it was theft just the same. You had their address. A building that was locked up. Offices. Opposite that, a motel, with a lady too eager to help. Perhaps she was just bored, though. What do you do?
I'm still at the motel, so I would like to, since I'm kind of wanting to come back when I feel like it's easier to get into the building, I would like to go back to the house and possibly speak to Alice about breaking in.
Yes, you had plans to break in or plans to conduct some kind of experiment to resist sunshine for long enough to go in during daylight hours, I think was our plan.
Mm-hmm.
As you return to the house, it is empty. No sign of any of your covenant here. The two cats sit on the stairs, their tails flicking in annoyance. No one to play with, no one to feed them. Their litter box is dirty. All the complaints of a domestic house cat. Meow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be annoyed about it, but I'll go ahead and clean it, even though I told Ixis she had to clean these if she wanted to bring them home.
You take care of their litter box.
And feed them and change the water and everything. Give them some attention. You have to take care of the story cats.
And the phone rings. Do you answer it?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, is Jess there?
Who is this?
Oh, it's Emily from the crypt. We have a thing. Is that May?
No, this is Ephemera. I own the house.
Oh, we've never met. Hi, I'm Emily. I work for Jess. So I need her here now. There's a thing.
I don't know where Jess is. She's not here at the moment. Can I take a message?
Sure. Tell her the police are here. They found a body. It's not anyone we know, but they have some questions.
And this
Apparently,
is
there's been a murder. Isn't that exciting? Isn't it just like something off the TV?
No, this is not exciting. Can I hang up on her now?
You sure can. You have the control of the phone. Okay. What do you do?
After slamming the phone, I'm gonna go. So the house is completely empty, and I know this already.
Yeah, you just using your ears, your very sensitive ears. You know there's no one else here, and if they are, they're being very quiet.
And
So
what?
you're welcome to go and look, but
What time is it?
it's probably coming up to around, we'll say probably like midnight, half midnight time. You've been out for a few hours.
I do need to feed, and my blood pool's a little low, and I remember I used the last blood
You
bag,
did.
so I'm gonna have to go figure that out. Since no one's home and I can't get a hold of anyone.
You do know that May and Al are at May's office.
I do know that? Okay.
You could, yeah.
Then I will head that way and hopefully get some fast food on the way.
Okay. So you walk along. Do you take the subway, or are you gonna just walk?
Oh, I'll just
Or are you
walk.
gonna drive? Okay.
I'll drive to wherever like I can go, but I need to feed, so whatever is best for that. If it's nighttime, I can just go anywhere.
You can just go anywhere. All right, so go along. The streets are relatively quiet in the business district now. There are a couple of restaurants that you can see. People are inside kind of sweeping, cleaning up, doing what they do to lock up. You do know not far from here is the Chinatown area, which is generally open much later. And then there's the club district, which is not far from there either. But May's office is closer than either of those. So your best bet from here, the closest would be someone on the subway, if you could find someone down there, or to go to either Chinatown or the club district.
I think I want to try Chinatown.
Okay. So you take a couple of blocks out of your way to go down into Chinatown, and it is much busier here. The restaurants are still open. People are still kind of working on various things. You do know that Al has a friend who works in a shop here called Sunny, who you have met before. Is there anyone in particular or any particular method to your hunting?
No, the main thing that goes through my mind when I'm feeding is to make sure I don't hurt anyone. Like long term, obviously I'm going to hurt them to fight them, but I want to make sure I can control myself in doing so. So finding someone who's kind of off by themselves where I can just easily do what I need to do and then let go of that.
Okay. So how about this? A taxi driver pulls up alongside you, seeing a woman walking on her own. And he winds down his window. Can I take you somewhere?
Yes, please. That would be wonderful.
All right. And he kind of pulls into the next safe place to stop and waits for you to climb in. Where are you going?
Where is May's office? What's it called?
I don't think we give it a building. We can just call it the city building for now. I'll come up with a better name later.
We can get just called the whatever business park. I'll just tell them that.
Happy Fish IRS building. There we go. Thanks, WebDM. All right, so he does an illegal U-turn and starts driving down that way.
Is there one of those like grates in front of me to where like the...
Yeah, it's like one of those. It's actually one of the old-fashioned, like, so it's full on like a grate, and there's like a hole in the middle with a tray.
Okay, can I reach my head through the hole, or is it too small? I can't remember.
You're a vampire. You could probably stretch yourself if you decide that is a weird power you have.
Okay,
Or you could we do know that Jess has shadow stepped before, so you could do something like that. But you tell me what power Ephemera has, and then I'll tell you how much it's going to cost you to do it.
I want to be able to just have extra flexibility to where I can get through this little grate without it being like awkward and painful.
Okay.
But I'll ask him to pull over whenever we get there, just pull out front, kind of
Mhm.
away from the street lights for sure.
Okay. So he pulls into the side alley, which is the alley that Patty and her friends like to smoke in. There's a small covered area here. It's a little bit darker. It's off the main road. He flicks on his indicator. I can't think what that is in American. Signal. And you think you are fairly slight of frame, even though you're tall, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that with a tiny, well, I'll say for 2 blood points, to make yourself a little bit more flexy, you can fit through this hole and take a bite.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to do that.
So with 8 blood points left in your pool, a very hungry ephemera reaches her head through just to his neck, and he turns, but it's too late. Already, the hungry feeder has a hold of him.
Hungry vampires.
Hungry vampires. Buy it from your local toy store today. So, for 1d6, you just feed. 2d6, this guy dies.
No, I can't kill him. But I do need to get as much as possible. Hopefully this is enough. Oh, I got a 6. Yes.
There you go. So 6.
Awesome. So I'm up to 25, I think.
Oh, it was Jess that was on 10. My bad. I apologize. So yeah, you remember as you pull it away from his neck, having control on yourself. You remember the time that you did lose control.
Mm-hmm.
You remember who put the body under the boardwalk. He is woozy. He's stunned by what has just happened to him. What do you do?
I give him, I'll go ahead and pay him. I'm not going to be a jerk and just leave. So
Do you
I'll
pay the number on the little dashboard calculator
Yes.
to the penny, or are you going to tip?
Oh, I'll tip.
Good to know. So you
15%.
Very good. So you tip and you get out of the car. You see he's struggling to figure out what the fuck just happened to him. That is the general expression on this dude's face. And he turns and he looks at you and he just frowns, just uncomprehending. And he looks at the money in his hand, not quite sure how it got there. And you are free to continue on.
Thanks for the ride. And then I'll just walk off.
Perfect. You walk off and you go towards the entrance of May's workplace. It's the kind of place that is always illuminated. There is work here around the clock. You go into the lobby and there's a security guy. He's sat, you can smell his coffee, and he reads today's paper, kind of leafing through. You have a feeling he's probably reading the comic at the back. He pays very little attention to you as you go in. And you reach the elevators which take you up. Have you ever been to work with May?
Not likely.
Okay. You have no idea which floor she works on. And looking at the wall plaque isn't very helpful or illuminating.
Okay. I will. Am I still on the lobby floor?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Unless
gonna
you
go
want
talk.
to-
Yeah, I'll go talk to the security guard and just see what he can help with.
Okay, what do you ask him?
I'm looking for May. Do you happen to know which office is hers?
May, and he had actually fallen asleep behind his newspaper. And he goes, oh, you said May? And he
Yep.
pulls out the sign-in sheet. Sorry, who are you?
I'm a friend, a business friend.
Hold on, I'll call up. It says she's in, and he grabs the phone, he dials in an extension number. And you hear from the other side, hello? May! No! I don't know where she is. I got cherry brandy! Yeah! And the security guard is kind of having a little chat with this woman whose voice is just piercing and nearly echoing around the lobby as if she was here, but she's not. She's on the third floor. And, Hell! Sorry, what was your name?
Ephemera.
Yeah, she says ephemera. Ephemera? Sounds like a hippie! Hold on! May! May! Nah, she's not here. I tried. We're meant to be going to lunch, though. No, I'm not coming down! Sure, send her up! Who cares? And the sound of the phone going down, and the guy says, kind of shrugs, he said, sign in. And I go up to the third floor. There's a lady, her name's Patty. You won't miss her.
Thanks.
So do you sign in on the ledger?
Yeah, but I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll just put my name. I already gave it to them.
Mm-hmm.
You can make them forget if I need
Do
to.
you put a surname?
No, I don't have one.
I didn't know if you were going to make one up. I didn't know if we were going to get Ephemera Mouse signing in.
Well, yes, I'm gonna put Ephemera Mouse.
Okay, perfect. You're signed in, and you go over to the elevator, push the button, and it takes you up to the third floor. This is a floor which has all along one side this gigantic filing cabinet, the size of which you have never seen, even in your days of archiving. And then cubicles laid out facing each other in strange squares. And you don't miss Patty, who is in a cloud of smoke and perfume. The sound of a typewriter clicking away. A woman with a giant beehive in a wheelchair. She looks up at the ding of the elevator and as you step through. Oh! You must be the hippie!
You must be Patty.
Yeah, I work with May.
Is she here?
No! That's what I told him, but she should be. She came in with the intern.
What did the intern look like?
I didn't pay attention.
Okay, that's helpful.
She was wearing shoes. Weird shoes, not heels.
Interesting. Do you happen to know where they could have gone?
Well, last time she was here, she was playing in the computer room.
Thanks, Patty. I'm gonna go check there.
That's up 2 floors.
Okay. I have a feeling Ephemera would not like Patty. She'd be very annoyed by her.
You should take the stairs. Keep your figure nice.
Yeah, she does not like her. So I will take the elevator.
Okay. Absolutely go over, push floor 5, take the elevator up. This elevator literally opens into this room. There's a ton of kind of bookshelves that are filled with various files and things and a computer terminal. The thing you notice most about this room is that all of the lights are out, save for the glow of the computer screen.
And okay, so May and Alice are not here. I do want to go check out the computer though. I'm assuming that's something I've never seen like this in this size.
Yeah, this is definitely a newer computer, and it's kind of a terminal. From what you understand of computers, they generally are connected to much larger server rooms, which are giant industrial-sized information banks. And this one, the screen reads, Al is not here anymore. A little blinking light aftermath.
That's very worrying. She's going to start kind of internally panicking a little bit. That's very strange. Is there any way that I could I don't know much about computers. Ephemera doesn't, so I would say she would just kind of like click some keys on the keyboard possibly, or
The keyboard would be familiar to you in that it's akin to a typewriter, so you would know
Okay.
how to input words, but you may not understand the functions of the computer.
okay, well, I'll just tap the space bar a few times.
Okay. You see kind of spaces appear blinking after the words that are currently on the screen.
Okay, so I'm gonna type, who is this?
And for a moment, the display is unchanging, save for that pulsing underscore. And then it says, Children of Terror, and we watch.
Where, I'm gonna type where are you? Like, I'll just say, where's Al? Where is she?
The question is not where, it is when. Full stop. And then it skips down a couple of returns and it says, unknown, unknown, unknown. And this continues up the display until all of the characters of the previous comments are gone. Just this continuous unknown.
Okay, definitely panicking now. I'm gonna see if I can type anything. I'm assuming it won't let me, but I'm gonna try and type just what's going on or any buttons that I can.
Briefly, the characters kind of flick up onto the screen as you input them, but the unknowns soon flood them out.
I want to turn the lights on in the room, just see what else is in there.
Okay. You turn the lights on and the room becomes instantly less sinister. Just boxes and files and folders. Lots of paper. And the computer terminal goes back to a blank screen.
I'm just going to exit the room.
Mhm.
And I'm not even going to go back to where Patty was.
Okay.
I think I'll just go straight down to the lobby. There's no way that I can contact any of my party or any of my friends, right? Like, we don't have any car phones or anything like that.
No. The only one would be May, who does have a cellular phone. There's also a taser, because it's May and Al got to play. You do know that Ixis has a job at the pet shop. You also know Jess isn't at the boardwalk.
Mhm.
You have no idea where Al or May are.
Could I go to the security guard and just kind of commandeer his phone?
Yeah, you could just reach over the desk and grab the landline up.
And if he says anything, I'm just going to pull the like finger in his face. But I want to try May's cell or her
Okay.
phone.
So you dial in the number, and there's the ringing tone just bleeping in your ears, and then it cuts off. There's no
So I'm
answering service.
Full on panic mode at this point. I mean, I know where Ixis is, that's pretty much it, but I don't know how much of a help she would be in the situation. Not knowing where they would be more than I would, or
Mhm.
you know, we're probably on the same level if anything. I'm thinking maybe I can try Sunny.
Okay.
So I guess I took a cab, so I'll have to get another cab.
Or you could walk.
Oh, if it's in walking distance, then I will walk, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't take you too long. Walk down through Chinatown. The storefront itself is closed. But Sunny, you know, lives here. She has an apartment out the back. So you go around to the back and you push the buzzer, and Sunny answers and lets you inside.
Sunny, have you heard from Al?
Al? Not
Alice.
recently. What do you mean?
How well do I know her? Like, candidly, do I talk to her?
She stayed at the house before,
Okay.
so it's up to you how far that relationship kind of developed, but you've
Okay.
definitely seen her around.
Okay, then I'll feel comfortable telling her.
And you know that she helped Alice out with the trouble with her past covenant.
Okay, so they're a bit closer than we would be even. I just went looking for her. I went to May's office, where's the last place I knew that Al had been. They are together. No one has seen them in a while. They seem to have disappeared. I went to a computer room, and there was a strange message saying that Al is no longer here. And I know this sounds crazy, but I spoke to the computer, I typed to it, and it said that the children of terror and they're watching, and that it's not where Alice is, but when. And it got really weird, and then I left and I came here, but I don't know where else to look. If you have any idea of where she could be or what's going on.
And she grabs your hand and she drags you through to the shop, and she grabs down a bin of devices and things, and there's one of these red doodler pads, the kind with the two spinning knobs that you turn to create images, one continuous line type image. There's something I can try. Do you have something of ours?
I wonder if I would have anything. Not on me. You might have something more than I would.
And she thinks, and she goes back and she finds one of Al's prototypes that Al had gifted Sunny as a joke. It's one of the little mechanical dogs that kind of barks and hops. Only instead of having the dog head, it has a Cabbage Patch doll head that lights up, and it's complete perversity. But it has a number of different uses, and this is put down in front of this Etch-a-Sketch, and you see Sunny center herself, and you feel this pulse of supernatural. It's a scent of kind of lavender and thyme that kind of washes off of her as she focuses, and then the smell of ozone, of that blue electric smoke that emanates when something electrical dies, melting plastic. Ow. You hear the sound of heels on marble floors. It's a unique sound that you associate most with the museum. You open your eyes, you're in a bright room with a white ceiling. You try to move, but your arms are bound. Your feet are bound. A smooth chair behind you. There is a sound of hydraulics as the chair is lowered and you are reclined. Good morning. A face appears. Is a woman with a tight blonde bun. She wears a pristine white lab coat. In her pocket, one singular HB pencil and a ballpoint pen.
Hi.
Welcome, Alice. We have been expecting you.
Cool. Great. Who are you?
My name is Caroline. I work for the Children of Terror. You are in our facility.
Okay. What do I know of the Children of Terror?
Why don't you make me a roll?
Oh boy. Oh, that's an 8.
Okay, with an 8,
Panicking.
you've heard them muttered about. They're the equivalent of a vampire boogeyman. A group of humans that hunt vampires.
Cool.
But you've never regarded them as real. It's kind of like May and the Vampirium. Like, yeah, sure, but probably not really.
Oh, the Children of Terror. Can I help you?
We hope so. You have been in contact with Ixis.
I mean, you might have to be a little more specific than that.
She is a corruption in the timeline and must be stopped. We hope that you will help us. You have before.
Wait, what?
It's a little complicated, Alice.
Uh-huh.
You see, there are worlds within worlds and times within times. And she stops and she pauses and frowns. Time can be a straight line, it can be a donut, it depends whose maths you're following. But the important thing here is that Ixis has broken the timeline. And we wish to take advantage of it.
To do what exactly?
Stop the Vampirium.
Oh.
Yes, it is strange to me too that we should use your kind to help. But Alice, you're the only one that can do it. And your chair swivels on a rotate and you are angled back up to a nearly standing position, although you are bound to this table. You see a sign on the wall, an earth with a halo of fire. A sun, perhaps. You see also a fish tank embedded in the wall. Strange and unusual tropical fish, bubbling along, oblivious. The rest of the place is relatively pristine. There is a table of implements next to you. You continue, you'll pivot, and you'll swing. And there is a desk. On the desk, a screen, but incredibly flat. And something akin to a mouse that you would use with a computer, but this is streamlined. To our modern eyes, this would be a standard desktop computer. To your 80s eyes, this is sci-fi. Al, you unlocked Project Greenlight. Do you know what it is?
Not much at all. Nope.
Project Greenlight is a surveillance project. It collects the data of citizens, puts them into a database to be used for all sorts of means by the federal government. The Vampirium find great use for it. We find great use for it. At the moment, it is in its infancy, a lowly server room, full of a mainframe computer that whirs and hums. But it won't stop there.
Okay.
We need you to destroy the computer. We need you to stop the project in its infancy. We need you to stop Ixis from what it is that she will do. She cannot be trusted.
And you're trustworthy because...
I'm not, but I have the power, Alice.
Uh-huh.
And you have a will to survive.
Alice is just kind of like... her eyes just dart around the room to take in a little more of what's going on here. Where she's at, because she's...
I appreciate this is a lot, Alice. And possibly very confusing, particularly in the eclipsed manner of which I've told you of the sequence of events. The problem being is I don't know the sequence of the events. Too much changes. The important thing, the Vampirium must be stopped. For both of our sakes.
You're going to have to explain how it benefits me here.
You have friends. You have a life. Sunny. Let's begin with Sunny. And she goes to the computer, types in a name, and up on the screen appears a picture. HD quality. Alongside it, a lot of information about your friend, including her real name. Next to her name, a date of birth, and then a year of death. The Vampirium doesn't just stop humankind, Alice. Vampirium seek control. And you know the Vampirium will succeed. Ixis has told you of the future. Hasn't she?
I mean, not super explicitly, but I mean I could make those inferences.
Ixis has come back, perhaps hoping to stop the timeline that she lives in, perhaps not. Regardless, she makes things worse. Her contact with May, and you are the key.
Okay.
Alice, I hate to put it in a way that is so vulgar and simple, but only you can save the world. No pressure.
Yeah, I know you say that, but it's a lot of pressure. So let me get this straight. Whatever time fuckery is happening here with Ixis is going to cause the Vampirium to happen in the worst way possible. And you need me to just destroy the computer?
That is the start of it, yes.
And that's all I have to do?
That is the beginning of the chain reaction, yes.
Okay, and you'll leave me and my friends alone with your weird shadow things.
You don't care for the chorus.
No, not really.
Nor do I, but like many things that I deal with on the daily, they are a necessary tool. They can travel between planes and time.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so that's just enough information. And you see her head twitch, almost as if she's heard something.
I'm going to see if I can hear something too.
Alright, make me a roll. You're welcome to spend blood points to natural hearing.
I look at my blood points.
And thank you to Cabe for that donation. A gift for Alice. Alice lives. We'll see.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna spend 2 blood points to bring it down a level.
Okay.
That's a 15.
Okay, with a 15, you can just hear it. It's like a static. It could be a voice, but you can't pick out individual words. You suspect there is a device somewhere on Caroline's person through which information is being relayed. And as you are listening, you realize for the first time Caroline doesn't have a heartbeat.
So before you send me back from wherever we are to where I'm supposed to be, I didn't think you guys were real. And I'm kind of realizing that, I've heard that it's supposed to be humans hunting. You're not human though, are you?
She reaches out a hand and you hear every servitor, every connecting wire, the pulse of electricity through her body. You believe she is entirely made of mechanics and circuits, and she touches your forehead with a finger, and the world turns black.
Great. I want to, as I make this realization, and as she touches me, I do have an ability that's called Hacker, but I'd like to make it supernatural.
Okay. Unleash your technomancer.
Yeah, and I'd love to try to get a little bit more, understand a little bit more about her.
Okay.
And what she is, and possibly a weakness.
So make that roll. How many blood points are you spending?
Girl's at 15 out of 27, but this is important to me. So, also technically the hacker ability is 1 intellect point, or 1 humanity in our case.
No, it could be a blood point.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, falling over. Carry on.
Let's spend 4.
Okay.
That is a 15.
All right, with a 15, you use the electrical pulses that naturally run through your body, powered by the supernatural blood. And for a moment, it's like seeing into the Matrix again, just as you had when you first read that Project Greenlight. Only this time you travel up that finger, that point of contact, into the circuits, into the heart of this construction. How am I going to frame this? I'm going to use the word robot, but we're close. What specific questions do you have? Or is there a specific task you wish to accomplish?
I want to know, how many questions do I get here?
I'm going to give you 2 questions.
Okay.
2 questions or a task. Those are your options.
Okay. I'd like to shut her down.
Okay. You do so. And the world around you remains dark. Neon outlines begin to trace the edges of a square, then the edges of a cube, then walls, then items in a room. But it is still black and neon. You are no longer on the table. You are standing in the center of this room. You have shut down Caroline. And apparently you've shut down the world that you were stood into.
Yeah. And Alice will start walking down, trying to ignore that hunger that's now gnawing at her, as she tries to get as much information about this place as she can and how she can leave.
You pass the wall which had the fish tank in it. You see now the trace of the cube within the cube, the little outlines of the fish, tiny pulses of heartbeats. You turn to the desk, which has the desktop. You see the outline of the monitor, the outline of the mouse. You see the cord that trails down to the desktop tower. And within the tower, you see the tiny neon circuitry. Everything slowly outlined and constructed before your eyes. Make me a roll, and I will see if I can give you some more information.
That's a 10.
Okay. With a 10, I will go so far that Al would be able to figure out that either she is in a construction herself, or okay, so 3 options. You're in a construction, you're on a lot of drugs, or you're in your own mind. These are the 3 conclusions that Al can leap to in regards to where she is.
I feel like
All
2 and
3
3.
could also be true.
I feel like 2 and 3 could be the same thing. But yeah, so she's just kind of. She's going over to the fish tank again.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to try to grab one of those fish.
Okay. Make a roll for me.
Okay.
Do you have anything that affects your hardiness?
No.
Okay, good to know.
That's another 10.
Okay. With a 10, you reach through, and for each point of your finger, a ripple of neon echoes out across the plane. Your hands push through. A fish swims past, and you go to grab it, and it explodes into neon fishes. The tiny points of light trailing out, and then reassembling, and the fish returning to its swimming.
Cool. She does actually find this cool, but also she's just very hungry right now.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna go over to the computer.
Okay. Go to the computer.
And though she has familiarity with computers, this is of another level to her, and so she's kind of carefully interacting with it, turning it on.
Turn it on. The display, much like everything else in this room, flickers with neon outlines as things are added to it. Everything is as if the display had been flicked into inverted. Not the color it should be, the opposite. And eventually it opens up to a desktop. And on this page, the Earth, with a halo of fire. Small icons down the left-hand side. A bar along the bottom.
I'm just gonna start opening things. We're clicking on things.
With a speed unprecedented to your mind, programs open. Different windows. Different softwares. A messaging system. A file system. Some kind of browsing system. And then a music system. And you only know it's music because as you are clicking frantically through, it begins to play. The sound fills the room, and pulses of pink and orange neon filter out from the blue outlined neon of the desktop. What do you do?
I think Al is startled for a hot second as music starts blaring. But she wants to try to turn it off.
As you hit the off button, a message pops up in that messenger, which I will describe as akin to Discord. In night mode, because that's the only way you should use Discord. And a message pops up from Cabe. Go home, Al. You see a message box come up, outlined in neon, and it says, "Do you wish to restart?" ? With yes and no. And in the background, the message from Cabe. You see a message at the bottom of this screen that says, Cabe is typing ... What do you do?
She's gonna click over to the message box and just be, how?
Google it. The instruction you were given back. Google a strange word that you're fairly sure is a measurement of some sort, if you're remembering correctly.
Yep.
You have no idea how a measurement can be a verb.
And especially when it's misspelled.
That is the most baffling part of all.
So, I think she's gonna open up one of the... I think she opened up all the programs and has never shut any of them off.
Yeah,
And
totally.
so she just goes through and tries to find the one that looks like a browser or a
Yeah,
terminal
so you
for her.
find, you actually recall the one that I described as kind of a browser software. It actually had the Google logo on it. And you now remember, I've seen that word. You go there, there is a bar and a search button.
I'm just gonna type in how to get home.
And up comes a whole list of suggestions, including real estate ads. Real estate is unlike anything you've ever seen and completely unfamiliar. And there's an advert for The Sims, because of course there is. In every timeline there is The Sims. But on there you find, way down at the bottom of the first page, the search results. Click me, Alice.
Yeah, she's gonna do it, as her namesake does. Follows the instructions.
And you click it. And inside loads up a YouTube video.
She had no idea what the fuck's going on. How do you have videos on computers? What?
And you see a video of yourself.
Oh, that's great.
You're wearing different clothes, your hair is cut differently, but you know it is you. And you tell yourself how to get home. You give yourself a code which needs to be input into the commands on the computer. The world is boggling. And slowly you're sinking on the idea that this is probably drugs. What else makes sense? How could this be? Everything's too quick, and where was the dial-up sound? Wait, what's the dial-up sound? That's kind of where you're at. But you give yourself instructions on how to open up the administrator command box, and you've given yourself the code. What do you do?
I think for a second before she opens up and enters this code, she looks at this video herself and just narrows her eyes, trying to figure out when this video was taken. Or when it was published. Oh, actually, there should be a date published on YouTube videos.
Yeah.
What's that date?
You scroll down and look at the comment box, which no one ever scrolls down and reads because people are rubbish.
Yeah, but Alice is a dumbass who doesn't know anything.
So you go down, you see the date published. It's a date listed as 2019. Many years in the future from yourself. Scrolling down to the further information, you've written yourself a message that says, I know this is weird, but this is you. I didn't know how else to tell you, how else to show you. I'm sorry, me. P.S. I know you're hungry. I'll leave you some food. And as you scroll down, there are comments all on this, like, fake gamer, who watches this crap, downvote, more boobs, etc., etc., etc. I don't read YouTube comments often. They're not a nice place.
Al is completely tripped out at this point.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I don't know what's going on. It's kind of like, it's down the rabbit hole. You just gotta keep going with that logic. If you stop to question it, that's when things get a little too mad. And so she's just gonna scroll back up, open up the control terminal,
Mm-hmm.
and put in the code.
And as you put in the code, the neon construction of this room begins to melt and fade away. And you wake up. You hear the sounds of the city around you.
Where am I, Charlie?
Ephemera. The Etch-a-Sketch and Sunny work away, creating tangles upon tangles of lines. You hear her frustrated sighs as she tries to focus, as she asks you to do things for her, to turn on gadgets, to turn off gadgets, to fetch, to turn on the lights, turn off the lights. Anything she can do to try and enhance what is going on here. I need you to make me a roll.
Just straight D20?
Just a straight D20.
4.
4. She gets nowhere. She cannot find Alice. But Alice, you're just in the back room. Laying on Sunny's bed, behind a box. And you can hear your friends. You can hear Sunny and Ephemera occasionally sharing words, discussing, where is Alice?
I was gonna I think she's gonna try to get out of the bed, but too quickly, so that she ends up kind of like tripping and rolling off the bed ungracefully.
You do so, and you fall through the box. And as you look up, you see one of the shadows. They hold their hand out to you.
No.
They slowly nod.
I was just shaking her head furiously and then trying to get out of the box herself.
Mm-hmm.
So probably and Sunny can hear sudden crunching of cardboard and like flailing in the back room.
They hear nothing.
Oh, great. Love it.
The Shadow Man shakes his head. He reaches up to the wall and he pushes a hand through and pulls it back and does it again, demonstrating to you that you were in the Shadow Plane, a place between places. He offers out his hand again.
Alice refuses. She's still just trying to get the box herself.
Okay.
Fuck this box.
Fuck
She has
this
to break
box.
it. If she has to break it, she's breaking it. She's not taking this guy's hand.
You can pull yourself out of the box. It's fine.
It's probably very undignified, but
A combination of the skirt that May loaned you and the shoes kind of get kicked off in the process. You make it back up to standing. What do you do?
I look at the shadow with like very narrowed eyes. So I'm guess you're here to supervise me? Great. Fine, cool. And she's just gonna march to the front of the store.
You march out. Ephemera and Sunny are there. They are in a strange circle of technology. An Etch-a-Sketch between them. No rhythm or rhyme to what is going on that Etch-a-Sketch. Just Sunny frantically turning the knobs, trying to make sense of it all. Ephemera, how do you appear in this moment? You've been here probably about an hour at this point, as Sunny has frantically tried to work any incantations she knows to create a locating spell.
So I'm just sitting there, like probably on a stool or chair or something, just like tapping my foot ceaselessly and just kind of, I don't know, freaking out, hoping something pops up soon. We can get some information because nothing is happening. And it's terrifying.
Okay. Al, what do you do?
Al is going to walk over to them, try not to disturb the circle or step into it, but she just kind of leans in their perspective viewpoints. Almost see if there's any chance they see me at all.
I will allow Ephemera to make a roll. Do you have anything that adds assets to your perception?
I have an investigative skill in perception, in knowledge is power skill in assessing danger.
I will say
identifying as well, and investigative identify.
I will make this I'm gonna say a level easier for you
Okay.
than it would be normally, but this is gonna be exceptionally difficult because you are not seeking to sense Al in this moment. So we're probably looking, I'm gonna say for a 15. That is gonna be your target number to sense Al.
Here we go. 14.
For a moment, Ephemera, you have this strange feeling in your stomach. And then you see Sunny just now creating just off circles, round and around this Etch-a-Sketch. She's slowly getting the hang of it, amongst other things. And then you feel deflated. This is pointless. This is going nowhere. This isn't working. Alice, for the briefest of moments, you see that recognition of something in Ephemera, and then the dismissal. Perhaps it wasn't really recognition. Jess.
Yes.
You run feral through the subway. Which direction do you go? Ahead or back?
Forward.
Forward. And like a crazed animal, you begin to chase the subway train.
Oh shit.
The only thing down here that moves anywhere near as quickly as you. And you run and you chase. Make a roll for me.
13.
13. You run and you chase and you leap and you grab onto that back of the train and you pull in an attempt to stop it because you don't know your limits. And there is the screeching of metal on metal and a strange grinding. And then you are thrown forward, head first through the glass door and tumble down through the carriage. 3 people in here look up, startled, scared. 3 people. And you are so hungry. But it's no fun if they don't run. You howl. Inspired by the beast of Darcy. And they scream and scatter. They push each other, not wanting to be the one that gets caught. The little old lady, 63, is the one that gets left behind. And you tear through her, a finger through cream, blood everywhere. But that was no fun. That was too easy. You scramble to the break into the 2 carriages, and you continue along, chasing anything that moves, but never catching. This is too easy. You get to a join in the trains where you can scramble out. You take the emergency exit and up onto the top of the subway car, and you run along the top of the moving train, ducking the signs, ducking the low bridges and barriers, and you leap onto a platform. The city is waiting. There are lots of things to chase in a city. Exus.
Yeah.
You wander through the park for what seems like endless hours.
It's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
And you eventually find your way back to the edge, to the car park that led to the concrete trail.
Yes.
The city seems still.
Good news is that I made it out before sunrise. The bad news is I'm still hungry and offended. So she's gonna go back to the city. She doesn't want to go back. She's like, I'm done with here for tonight. Okay, bye.
Yeah. And as you walk through the city, you have this uneasy feeling of being followed, being watched.
Uh-oh.
Every time you turn, you see nothing.
Probably because I got spray paint all over my nice velvet dress.
Once or twice you catch someone looking at you strangely.
You just wave hi.
And one person waves back before they can stop themselves. They're not from around here either.
Yeah. I feel a kinship a little bit. I'm like, is this like Cheers? No, we're not in a bar.
They're waiting at a bus stop.
Okay. Is there like a late night burger joint? Can I see a sign that says hamburgers?
You can.
I would love to get a burger.
Okay. You go and you order a burger from a woman who seems half asleep. She blinks a lot and she sips from a mostly empty, super slurpy type cup. The sound of that rattling dreg in the bottom.
Oh.
You get your burger.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear it. The screams. And then you see it. Jessica. Riding on top of a bus.
I look at my burger and I look at Jessica. I look at my burger and I look at Jessica. I just got it. Haven't even taken a bite yet. I'm going to guess this is abnormal behavior for her. So I'm gonna be like, Jess! Start heading towards the bus.
The bus is picking up speed. It seems like the driver has no idea what is going on.
I don't have pockets in this dress. I just set the hamburger down. Maybe I'll come back for it. And I will get on that bus.
Alright. You set out and you run. And because we're really at the end of time, because I forgot that we started an hour earlier for me. You run and you run. Wait, do we have another hour?
We have another hour.
Okay, phew. It's all this time stuff. It confuses me. Okay, we have another hour. Good, we got time. All right, so at which point you can make a run then to try and catch this bus, and I'm going to stop panicking that I didn't get anything I wanted done.
It's all good. It's okay. So I have extra. I am trained in running, and if I succeed at a difficulty 2 speed to run, I can move a short distance and make an action. So I'm real good at running. So let's see.
Really good at running. You are the running woman.
Well, that's not great. I rolled a 5.
All right, you begin to run, and I'm gonna say what happens is your dress, we had previously ripped it, gets snagged on like a fire hydrant or something, and you get kind of tugged backwards and thrown off your stride, and Jess leaps off of the bus and onto something going in the opposite direction.
untangle myself and follow after.
Jess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm yelling, Jess!
What was that? Sorry, Charlie?
Where do you want to go tonight?
I feel like she would be drawn to the boardwalk.
All right. And so realizing this, you leap from the bus that is heading in completely the wrong direction and onto a truck. This is one of the kind of mid-sized trucks. It is owned by a company. Chat, tell me who owns this truck. Put those suggestions in right now. Is it going to be another Happy Fish company? Is it going to be Tapir Cigarettes? Let me know. And you are heading back towards the boardwalk. Back towards the nearest subway. And Ixis, you are running for your life after the truck. Would you like to make another run check? And don't forget, you're welcome to spend blood points in order to run faster, basically. Or run better.
Now let's just see how this goes.
Okay.
Okay, that's much better. That's a 17.
Okay. 17, you kick in that supernatural speed. And you slide into the traffic to the point where you are now running alongside the bus. And it's one of those kind of London-style buses that has the open back door with the pole.
Yeah, I'll grab on. Whoop, hop on.
All right. You grab on and hop on. There are a couple of people in there, but they seem to pay no attention to anything that's going on, as is the want of people on public transport. And you step onto this bus. Oh wait, you can't get on the bus. She's on the truck. You run after the truck.
Okay. Yeah.
I forgot we talked to the truck. And it's got one of the pull-down back door things. You can jump and grab onto that, and then you can use a burst of speed and get up onto the roof.
Yeah. I can climb.
And now you stand on the roof. And there stands Jess. Legs astride as if she's surfing.
What are you doing? This does not seem subtle.
What are you doing?
I got lost in the woods after a bunch of people made fun of me, and then I beat one of them up and I ran away. And I got out and then I saw you riding on a bus and people screaming. What? Well, also,
You smell like blood.
there wasn't much of it.
Hey, do you want to come with me? I'm going to the boardwalk.
Can we? What? Why are you on a truck? This doesn't seem safe.
Having a bit of fun, Ixis. Do you want some fun?
Well, I do like fun.
And like she's got this crazed, just like huge, creepy smile.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, feeling great. Hungry though. She's probably covered in old lady too.
Well, I think you have some hamburger on you. You could just...
It's okay. It's just us. You can say it.
Well, I didn't know we were in public.
We're on the top of a truck, Ixis. No one can hear us.
Oh, okay. You've got blood all over you. I was about to eat an actual hamburger for the first time, and then I saw you riding on the bus.
Why would you do that?
Well, I wanted to try it, and I was hungry.
It won't help.
But it might taste good.
Mm-mm. Nothing tastes as good as blood. You know that.
I don't. Those other drinks were pretty delicious at the bar the other night. They tasted different. There's so many other flavors than just blood.
Have you tasted real blood though?
Yes.
No, I mean when they're running and they're screaming and they're crying and when they're scared. Have you tasted it?
No.
Oh, come with me, Ixis. We're gonna have a feast.
That sounds like a little mean.
Jess, do you remember how good that werewolf tasted?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how powerful that blood made you feel? You know that you can catch any human in the city. The vampires, they're fast.
Okay. So
It's up to you what you do with that thought. I'm not
No,
gonna
no.
do anything.
no, love it. So I'm gonna start slowly walking towards Ixis. Hey,
Hi.
you might want to run.
Why is there danger?
And then I start into a sprint and just
Oh dear.
lunge.
I'm gonna. Guess I'll run too.
I live for that. Oh dear. All right, Ixis.
Yeah.
Jess, you are both fleet of foot, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
That no longer applies to these rolls.
Uh-huh.
You're in direct opposition, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I am trained in climbing and running, though.
But you are trained in climbing and running. Jess, do you have any additional assets?
I have muscles of iron, so I'm really good at strength stuff.
All right, so if you get a hold of Ixis, things could go interesting. All right, Ixis, Jess, opposing rolls.
Okay.
All right.
If you happen to have any rerolls, you may use those at this time, should you require them.
Oh.
Well, I got a 15 with running involved, so.
All right, yep.
I got
So we'll say, hang on, we'll say with the 15 that goes up to an 18. I'll give you an extra 3 points. Jess.
I got a nat 20.
All right. Ixis, you run and you leap and you land on the top of it's like a black sedan.
Mm-hmm.
You feel this like crunch as the force of you hitting the ceiling causes a dent. But Jess is a shadow as she drops from the sky. And I need you to make opposed rolls as Jess is about to try and grab you.
All right.
I'm sorry, Lindy.
It's okay. I got a 16.
I got 17.
All right. So with that, Jess, you can pin Ixis to this car. That was very simple, wasn't it?
Yeah, I feel like a cat playing with a mouse. I'd let go. That's not very fun.
And I'm gonna say you use that strength to pick Ixis up and throw her to give her a head start.
Just yeet.
Yep. All right, Ixis, you are thrown, and you tumble across the sidewalk. What do? It's your turn.
This is a very bad day. She is gonna run back to the house because maybe some of her other roommates will help her, even though she's the new roommate. This doesn't seem like a normal Jess. And I'm gonna run.
All right, make your roll.
Ooh! 18.
All right. And you speed off and you take the nearest street you can turn down to head towards home. Jess, you have thrown Ixis and you are counting to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then you will hunt. Alice. Ephemera. Across town, in Chinatown, the Etch-a-Sketch is worrying and busy, but Sunny is about to give up. It's not working. If she's here, I should be able to find her.
Is there anything else we can try?
I don't know. Here. And she takes your hand and she puts one of your hands on one of the twisty knobs and leaves her hand on the other one. Focus on Al. Everything about Al, anything Al, use her name, I don't know if you know anything occult that would help, but I'm running out of ideas. You can make a roll.
Is there anything that I would know just from studying?
We'll find out.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
You can apply any assets you like.
That's, I'm gonna have to do that again. It's in between 5 and 15.
Okay, yeah, roll again.
14.
14. On a 14, you believe that Sunny has done most of the things that you would do. The only other thing you can think of is that you need something more tangible of Owl's, maybe hair, blood, clothing. This construction isn't strong enough.
Okay. So I could tell her that and see if maybe I can run home and get something from her room.
I'll come with you. And she starts, she grabs her rucksack and she starts just packing away all this extra junk into this rucksack. It's one of these huge, oversized, like 40-liter rucksack type things.
Yeah, I guess if we did it in her room, it could even make a stronger connection too.
Yes. All right. I still don't understand where you think she's gone.
I don't fully understand either, but the children of Terra contacted me through a computer. It was very scary.
Through a computer?
They typed to me through a computer and then said that they're always watching and that she isn't somewhere, she is at some time somehow. It doesn't make any sense.
What's to do with Ixis?
I have no idea.
And she'll kind of pack up and you guys are gonna hurry back to the house. She'll grab a taxi halfway as one passes. And you get in and you go back to the house and you go down to Al's room, which is still and relatively quiet, save for the hum of a few electronics.
Mm-hmm.
Al, you watch as your friends pack up and leave, searching for any way they can think of to find you. What do you do?
During this whole conversation, at first Al had been, doing like the, hey guys, I'm here, I'm right here, frantically waving, but as they continue to pack up and leave, she realizes that she's not being seen. And she's just gonna look over at the shadow figure.
It stands there. It's similar to a store mannequin. It has features, but they're nothing really identifying. No eyes, just shadow shapes.
Well, looks like I'm stuck with you. Great.
And it offers out its hand.
I really don't want to touch you. The last time I touched one of you, it got really cold and then I passed out and I ended up wherever I was. So, no thanks.
You see it shrug. And then it's almost as if a string attached around the middle pulls backwards on it. And you see it disappear, sucked away. And you are alone, locked in Sunny's shop.
Okay. Just gonna start heading out.
Okay, and you reach the door. And as you go to unlock it, your hand passes through it.
Of course it does. All
And you
right.
stand the other side of the door.
Great. Cool. All right.
You see your friends walking down the block, turning the corner.
And we're gonna look around, see if there's any signs of the shadow people.
You see no signs of the shadow people. But Sunny's light flickers. The light that illuminates her sign. The letters, they turn on and off in sequence. This is not an effect that Sunny's shop sign had ever had before.
Cool.
Make me a roll. This is an intelligence, language, decipher, things of that nature.
Okay.
I don't know if you have any assets that play.
I do not.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you
that's a
have any assets
4.
to do with codes?
Hmm?
Do you have any assets to do with codes?
Yeah, I do actually. So.
All right, this will apply to that then.
Yeah.
Although I don't think
Well,
that's going to help with a 4.
No, it's a 4, so it's fine.
Your mind briefly thinks this could be a code, but you cannot decipher it, and you can see your friends getting further away. And it could just be glitchy wiring, or it could just be a new effect that Sunny has applied.
Yeah, I'm gonna go follow my friends.
And you follow them, and you see about halfway back to the house, they hop in a cab.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna run.
Okay. And you follow along. Ixis, make another roll as you run for your life.
Okay. 15 with running, so I guess 18.
Okay. Yep. All right. Jess, make a roll as you begin your pursuit.
Okay. Well, I'm not even looking at anything. Is a 16. I was like, oh, let me look at a stat, but no, it's just a straight roll.
All right. You smell Ixis by the blood and the paint, by the smell of Mrs. Suds. And that is the smell that drives your nose as you charge through the streets after your chosen prey. But she's faster. Is she? You run. Ixis, are you going to take any special precautions to keep yourself from being caught, or are you focusing purely on running as fast as you can?
I think she's focusing on speed, but because she can climb, if there's just a little something in like an alleyway in her way, she'll just poop over it. So she's shortcutting a little.
Right. And you find a small alleyway, and there's a dumpster that blocks the walk through, and you just spring, bouncing off the walls and up onto a fire escape, across a roof and down another fire escape, continuing as quickly as you can, trying to avoid distraction, trying to avoid obstacles. Jess is behind you. You are certain of that. You've never been hunted before.
It's a very interesting sensation. I don't know if I like it. I don't think I like it. This is what humans must feel like in this day and age. Feel even worse for them.
The street that is full of traffic. You are near the park. This is where the nighttime traffic kind of bottlenecks and has to do a great big loop to get to any other part of the city.
Just
So you have a choice.
Uh-huh.
You can cross the road. You can run across the cars. You can go through the park, or you can follow the streets.
I think she'll go just run through the cars.
Alright. And stay on the streets.
Yeah, that's the fastest way. Just booking it so it's home. Hoping someone else is there to help. Hopefully help her. I don't know. She'll see.
Femora, there's a bang on the hood of your taxi as Ixis runs across it.
Of course.
And before you can even process what you have seen, Jessica is following.
Did Sunny see that
Sunny
too?
frowns and looks. Wasn't that?
Ixis definitely had like a look of panic, like ah.
I'm trying to decide if this is something I should help with, if we should continue trying to find Al.
Okay, so what would help you decide that? What would help you decide what Ephemera would do?
She's... In the moment, it seems like this would be something that needs my help, but I know that Jess is really strong. And even if I did catch up to them, she would probably just, like, rip me apart. Can I just roll and see Evens or odds?
Sure.
Okay, so I'll say evens, I chase after Jess, and odds, I continue to find Al. Got a 14.
Evens. You chase
Yep.
after Jess.
Great. Okay. So
Right.
I'm gonna get out of the cab, just gonna slam the door open and scream, Jess! Does she even react?
I feel like she's probably single-minded focused on hunting Ixis.
If I hear that though, I'll be like, help!
Honey calls out to you, Ephemera, and says she's going to go back to the house, to Al's room, and she'll meet you there. She can't keep up with you even if she wanted to, and she has no idea what is going on.
Okay, so I don't have any, like... So the only skill I have endurance, which says physical actions doubled or halved.
Okay.
So I don't know if that would help me in chasing, but...
I'm going to say that it does. It means that you can run faster for longer.
Okay.
And if you get hit by any obstacle, that's going to have less of an impact on you.
Okay. So I'm going to run after Jess in an
Alright.
attempt of tackling her.
So, everyone, I need you to make run rolls.
Run.
8.
8.
14.
17.
Nice.
Running.
Ixis, you are running, you are bounding, you are leaping. You have coming up in front of you a shop that you recognize. It's the pet shop. It's on that corner. You can see there are still lights on inside.
Hey,
You are familiar with the alley behind it, having been out there to get rid of the
Yes.
refuse.
I'm not going to go inside the pet shop because I don't want Jess to eat my friend and employer. She seems really bloodthirsty right now. But I will run behind that alley because I'm familiar with it and maybe see if I can kind of lurk around a corner and like shove something really heavy onto like Jess to try to stop.
Okay.
just a massive bin. Stop.
Yeah.
This is a Jess-shaped hole on the other side. Jess, you see Ixis as she bounds across traffic and you follow. You hear something behind you, but it's not important. Ixis is important and she's fast and she is getting away. You see her duck into the darkness of an alley. What do you do?
I feel like the smile gets bigger because, alleys tend to not end well for people being chased. And I'll stalk into it and I'll be like, Ixis, come out. Stop hiding. I want to play.
Ephemera, as you give chase, you get to the edge of a street and a car comes hurtling through and it makes you stop. Your reaction is to stop and this slows you down.
Okay.
Ixis.
Yep.
Jess is taunting you from the edge of the alley.
Oh, I'm not coming out. I'm waiting for her to come in and I can shove this dumpster on her.
Right. Jess, there is no response.
Useless. And I will stalk forward and just keep going down and ready to just bam. I'm ready for her to try some bullshit like throw a bin at me.
Let's try a contested roll. Ixis, you will be assisted by anything to do with stealth. And anything to do with strength. Jess, you are going to be assisted by anything to do with perception, danger sense.
Oh, I have that.
Okay.
The most I can do is anticipation to see exactly when she's gonna come out.
Okay.
Spin
So
that.
you have anticipation, she has danger sense, they're going to cancel each other out, which
Mhm.
unless there are any other factors, this is just a straight oppositional roll.
Yep, I think that's
Yep.
gonna be
Alright.
it.
All right.
I love how terrified you both are very briefly, and then you're like, yes, roll!
That is an 18.
Oh, I go 17. No. I just
Ow.
want to eat a vampire.
You run after the taxi. Time and speed and force are different for you. You seem to merge through moments, stop motion and moving at the same time. And you see the taxi as Ixis lands, as Jess follows, as Ephemera bursts out of one of the back seats. You see the three of them running and chasing. You see Sunny in the taxi, watching, leaving. What do you do? Kiana?
Oh boy. So much is going on. And I'm thinking that out as she's running, at first she tries to avoid hitting other people, but I think she realizes that she just phases through them.
Mm-hmm.
And so stops giving a shit. So she's gonna I think she's gonna follow
Okay.
this chaos. Just again, she's not caring about road safety anymore because she can't get hit. So she's taking as many fucking shortcuts as she can to get and catch up to whatever is
Right.
happening.
And you catch up to the mouth of that alley as a dumpster is pushed with great force out towards Jess, who had been looking briefly in the wrong direction to see if Ixis had gone up the side of the building. And there is a boom as dumpster hits muscle and strength. Jess, you take 1 point of I'm gonna call it a blood point because it's gonna be more straightforward. So you take 1 blood point of damage from this dumpster. And you are stunned for 1 round. You will not be able to continue your pursuit.
Dang.
All right, Ixis.
Oh man. I'm really torn between eating Jess while she's stunned. Because that's
How
what
could
she's trying
you?
to do to me. Or just running, but if I don't, she's just been running and Jess has not been giving up. So I think, and I remember the werewolf, so I know I'm not stronger than her. This is gonna be bad. I'm gonna try to just KO, not murder, but just knock out.
Okay. So
Making
make
her something.
yes. All right. So how would you like to do that?
All right.
Jess is stunned, so she's unable to respond.
Yeah.
But she will have a toughness that we can compare that to if you do something.
I think she's just gonna go for what she knows when she feels weakest is when she's really hungry, and so she's just gonna go for the blood drain.
All right. I'm gonna say Jess, make 1 roll. No modifiers. You need to be, I'm gonna say a level 4 difficulty. So
Ugh.
that's 12 or above.
Okay. Don't let me down. 14.
14. All right. So Ixis, you get your fangs into her neck and you drink as hastily as you can as the blood pours
Like a
out of
Slurpee.
these wounds. But Jess, you manage to shake being stunned before she can drain you enough to make you kind of lose consciousness. Ephemera, you reach the mouth of the alley and you see Ixis stooped over Jess, drinking. What do you do?
Run and shove her.
Alright.
Full force.
Jess, as you shake the woozy, stunned feeling, you see briefly Ephemera just launch out of the darkness and push Ixis away from you. What do you do?
I would push the dumpster away from me. Okay, so I'm feral, not particularly smart right now. I think I would lunge for Ixis while she's off balance.
Okay.
I mean, she bit me, man!
She was chasing me. She was going to eat me. I saw it in her eyes.
Just
Did see
push
it.
dumpster. Rah, off.
Alright, we're gonna call this another contested roll. I think that's gonna be the fairest result.
Okay. I really didn't plan on trying to kill one of my cast members today. Oh no. I got another nat 20. I'm so sorry.
I got a 19.
19. All right. Jess, because I completely forgot, you can award 2 points of XP to cast members.
Oh, well, I gotta give one to Lindy and, and one to Ephemera.
Okay. You can also take 2 for yourself.
Ooh.
To know for this. Ixis, you also have 1 to award to someone else.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to Al.
All right. Give it to Al. All right.
Because I rolled a 19, can I do a minor effect?
Yes, you can.
All right. I'm going to do one creature I choose within short range either acts first or acts last during the next round. So Jess is going to act last next round.
Okay. Jess, you can do what's called a major effect.
Mm-hmm.
With your 20. But you do, of course, beat Ixis in the opposed. So you push the dumpster out of the way and you leap to get onto Ixis, who tries to roll away from you. And I'm gonna say she catches you with like an uppercut of her hand as it comes up. But you effectively have her pinned right now.
Mm-hmm.
What action do you take?
Oh, I want to try and rip her throat out. Just try
Right.
to not bite her, basically. Just go in for a real nasty
Just
chomp.
gonna with your mouth?
Yeah.
Okay. Reach down. You feel the teeth penetrate into your neck. You feel the squeeze in your esophagus, the tearing of flesh, ephemera. You may take an action. As you see Jess in true rabid feral vampire form.
Ixis is just like
for a long time.
Ephemera's just like, what the fuck?
it's like the non-feral versus the feral, and they're just biting each other.
I don't even know like helpful in this situation.
Al, you may also act if you can come up with an interaction. Creativity is welcome here.
Can I try and grab Jess like from behind, like through her arms, and like hold her back?
I'm gonna say you can if you roll an 18 or above.
Oh, that's. And if I don't roll that high, is it something bad?
Nothing bad will happen, but you will be unable to stop her. Or unable to physically move her away.
Can I use blood points for this?
You can, but it's gonna be expensive.
Okay.
It's blood points versus blood points.
How many?
I'm gonna say this is gonna cost you. Let me see. I said an 18 or above. 6, so I'm gonna say 8 blood points. And then you need to roll a 12 or above. Purely
Yeah,
because I didn't want to completely negate Susie's nat 20, as that was what was on the die.
Yeah, that's true. He's super strong.
So it's just gonna cost you. But it is your choice if you want to spend those points.
I've been rolling so bad today too. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna try it.
Okay. Alright, so it costs you 8 blood points, and it's 12 or above, or no blood points and it's an 18 or above.
12 or above? Okay. Oh, which one should I use? Okay. I
You're
got
all 4. So you reach in and you try and channel that blood, but Jess is literally just like iron. It's like trying to move a marble statue, and it is set on tearing your friend limb from limb. Alice, what do you do? Or do you just watch?
All right, we're gonna do something. Fuck it, let's go. I want to possess.
You want-
who's attacking who at this point? Because
Alright, you come in and you see Ephemera attempting to pull Jess off of Ixis. So Ixis is the worst off in this situation, with Jess's mouth is literally tearing apart her throat right now.
Yeah. All right. Possessing Jessica. Let's go. I've got 10.
Alright.
I've got 10 blood points right now.
Okay. I will offer you the same deal. Doing this is going to leave you incredibly weak.
Mm-hmm.
But if you succeed, you will be able to possess Jessica, and Jessica is incredibly strong right now.
Mm-hmm.
So same deal, 12 or above, and it costs you 8 blood points, or 18 and above, and it costs you no blood points.
All right. We'll do that. I do have rerolls as well.
Okay.
So we're gonna. Okay. The first one is 13. I'm rerolling that.
Okay. And you're not spending your blood points?
I am gonna spend those blood points.
Okay.
Fucking that 20!
There you go. So Jess, you are feasting and tearing and destroying. You are enjoying everything about not having limits. And then the world shifts and you lose control altogether. Al, you have possession of Jess's body.
Oh, I'm gonna pull her away. Gonna pull her away. Far away as possible.
Okay, you stumble backwards into Ephemera, who is tugging at you. Ixis, you are gonna have taken, I'm gonna say 5 blood points of damage.
Okay.
But you are gonna continue to bleed blood points until you are healed. By which I mean you need to be fed some blood.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we are.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Did I get any back when I was chugging Jess earlier?
Oh, why don't you, I'm gonna say yeah, roll a d6.
Okay.
Vampire blood is good. And a sip is
real good. It's a 6.
Perfect. There you go. So add those in. Good shout. Thanks to producer Matt for pointing that out to us.
Yeah.
All right. Matt, can you have a quick look through chat for me and find out the names of the companies for that truck? I have plans.
Am I able to talk? Are my vocal cords intact?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be real difficult to understand you, but you could probably squeak out
Real
some
gurgly
words if you want.
Ooh.
I'm gonna gurgle at Ephemera. Because she, like, shoved me back, and I'm like, something's wrong with Jess.
Little bubbles of blood.
And chased me and threw me across the street off a car. I'm too strong, I couldn't stop her. And I'm, like, backing away from Jess.
Ow. What's Jess doing?
Okay.
Sorry.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Al is super hungry at this point. It's not even her body, but she's at 2 blood points out of 27.
Mm. You can taste the blood on Jess's lips. It's all over your mouth, and you can smell it all in this alley. But part of you knows it's not going to fill you up unless you claim this body.
Nope, I think I'm just going to make Jess curl up. I'm just going to make her curl up. I'm holding on to every single willpower to not do anything that will harm her or myself. Just self-preservation. We're just gonna...
You see Jess kind of roll to the side and into the damp alley, into the dirt and the blood that has been spilt here, and curl into the fetal position. And Ixis is there too, heavily injured. And Ephemera, you are all alone with these two. What do you do?
I need to get them out of here, first of all. Is my car anywhere near here? I don't remember where.
You're near the park, so you're only a few blocks from your house.
Oh, okay. Can you walk?
Ixis could probably walk that far, but she's gonna be bleeding the entire time.
Okay.
I've already got like other blood and spray paint all. I look like a mess.
Perfect. Let's leave a trail back to the house. Regardless, I think we need to get back to the house. I think that's our only option right now. So I'm gonna try and lift Jess, pick her up.
How many blood points do you have left, Anna?
17.
Okay, do you remember, I don't know if you saw it in chat, I posted, you should consider a special move your vampire can do just once. I'm going to offer right now that you can come up with a special move that Anna can do. Not Anna, sorry, that's you. Ephemera can do just once that will help the situation.
I mean, I might as well teleport, if that's a thing.
So I'm going to describe this as a mass misty step. D&D kind of terms.
Perfect.
This is going to cost you 10 blood points. Just flat out, but you don't have to roll anything.
Fine, yeah. If I can grab both of them and do this, even better.
Yes, no, this is going to get everyone here.
Okay, yeah.
That's why it's expensive. And this is going to be your one-off special vampire power.
Awesome.
So describe for me how Ephemera calls on her blood and what this looks like for anyone to be watching this scene.
Can I do whatever I want?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, so she's just gonna kind of like take like the like power stance, like legs spread apart, arms at her sides, and kind of just like fills with like energy. You can even see some like silvery light in her eyes. Her hands might be kind of glowing a little bit. All of her skin starts to kind of glow silver. I want to just like grab both of them in one arm. If I can put them over my shoulders, I don't know if she can do that, but we'll try it. And then kind of hold them both to my sides. And then it's kind of I take a step forward and it's like just a quickly like flash like out of the door.
There's a gust of wind down the alley. Where there had been 3, there were none. And you arrive in the entrance hall to Mrs. Bartholomew's house for lost girls.
We need to like rob a blood bank.
And you are 4 very hungry, very lost girls. The house is still and dark, save for the TV, which is talking to itself. What do you do?
Is Sunny still here, or did she make it?
Sunny is here. She is up, downstairs. I keep saying upstairs. She's downstairs in Al's room.
That's right. Did she hear us come in? I'm assuming that was silent, but
she doesn't appear to have come up yet, but you can kind of hear her moving around down there, probably setting up from what you can hear.
Okay, I'm gonna actually shout to her while I'm still kind of holding them. I might just gently put them on the ground. I'm gonna shout to her for help.
And Sunny comes
Ixis
running.
just crawls to the like other side of the couch, like to the like under the couch to get to the other side and be like looking at Jess. She doesn't trust it.
She's like a scared cat.
Yeah.
Velvet kind of comes down and squeezes under the gap and kind of curls up next to you. Her spurt has a tiny little bit pink where it comes into contact with your blood.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunny comes up the stairs and she comes into the lounge and she sees this scene of carnage and exhaustion, and her eyes go wide and she brings her hands up defensively. She doesn't know what's going on, and this doesn't look good. What's going on? What do you mean help?
I wave hello weakly.
She's a witch, but she's still technically human, right?
Mm-hmm. She has a heartbeat and lungs that breathe.
And blood. I know we're all starving, right?
Actually, not too bad. It's more just my throat wound.
Okay. I will just tell her, like, I'm definitely holding back needing to feed, but I think that as old as I am, I have a little bit more control over not just like ripping her throat out if I'm starving.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to tell her, blood. We need blood. Quickly.
And she looks between the three of you, Jess and Alice. Make opposed rolls.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh, no.
11.
17.
Yeah.
Alright, Al, you begin to hear Jess. You can now communicate with each other within the mind of Jess. And each action will be a conflict between the pair of you. What do you do?
Hi,
first
I'm-
Al would probably hear is just Jess screaming and swearing and just like thrashing.
Hey. I'm sorry. You were kind of doing things.
Al,
That's- Yeah.
get the fuck out of my body.
I literally don't have another body, so this is the only way I can communicate. I'm
Don't
stuck.
care.
Okay? Please tell the others I'm stuck in the shadow realm. I can't interact with them, but I'm around. And please don't eat my friend,
Why?
because she's my friend.
And
She's also super crucial to my research.
she's human.
She's a witch.
She's expendable.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Al, give me back my body.
I'm not gonna leave if you're gonna eat my friend.
If you won't let me out, I'll have to fight my way out.
Okay.
And I don't know how that's gonna go for either of us.
Uh-huh. So please, if I can leave, if you just tell everybody that I'm here but not really here and not eat my friend.
Scout's honor.
I don't know if I trust that.
Are you gonna let me in?
And Al will just kind of narrow her eyes if she could.
You see Jess squint.
Imagine like the face just changes, like
The two personalities just
and I'll just be like, won't help you with any of your stuff if you do this. Like, if you eat my friend, because literally she's my supplier.
All right, I won't eat this one.
Cool. And don't forget the message. And she's gonna voluntarily.
Alright. You phase back out of this body, and Jess, you're back to yourself.
I'm still feral, right?
You're still pretty hungry.
Yeah.
You do have what Al said. That's not completely wiped from your brain.
Yeah. I feel like even though, pretty hungry, pretty dumb right now, there's still like a little bit of Jess in there, right? Okay. But I will immediately sort of spring back up into a where I can do something pose. I'm not going to be like fetal and on the ground anymore.
Yep.
Alice sends her regards. She's here, but not. She can see us all, apparently. And possess people, that's new.
That's why we couldn't find her. She's not here. She's... And Sunny, doesn't swear. Crap is like as bad as it gets for Sunny. And she kind of takes a step back towards the kitchen, preparing to retreat down into Alice's room, which she knows she can lock. Jess, I'm gonna say in order to make a decision as a prey is about to run, you should really roll a die to see if Feral Jess is in charge or if Jess is in charge.
Okay.
I will give you advantage because you did just have Al in your brain.
Okay. So evens I chase, odds I don't.
We'll say let's see, 12 and above, you don't eat Sunny. 12 and below, you're going to try and eat Sunny.
Okay, I have advantage.
You have advantage.
12 is such a low number. There's no way I'm going to get below that on 2 dice. Don't worry about it, Kiana. It's fine. I rolled a 13 and a 17. Sunny's safe.
Yay!
For now. Okay.
Sunny takes a step back. Her hands still raised defensively. Blood. You need blood. All right. I can do that. Just not mine. And she's trying to like barter here, even though she has very little in the way of power in this situation. And she looks between the 3 vampires that she can see. This is Al. I will fix this. We will get you back. You need to find the door. There's always a door. Or one of the passengers. One of the walkers. The ones that go between worlds. And then she looks between the 3 vampires. In order to get blood, I need to leave. Can I leave? Great. Ixis says go. Ephemera, what do you do?
I'm holding myself together right now, so hopefully she can make this decision on her own.
All right. So I imagine you're focusing your heads down. She looks to Jess.
I feel like Jess would already kind of be on her way out. She's really hungry.
Jess is sleeping. All right. So, Jess, you leave before Sunny gets even close to the lounge door to follow to leave as well. And you run into the night to find food. Al, you're left with instructions from Sunny. Find the walkers, or find the door, find the passengers. Ephemera, you're barely holding it together. Everything here is a mess. And you still don't know what the FBI have to do with any of this. And then there's Ixis. Nothing goes well for you here. The only good thing has been the pet shop. You have work tomorrow night.
I have to be better to work tomorrow. She definitely takes out a piece of paper though from behind the couch and like writes, I'm just gonna bleed here for a little while. But don't worry, it's behind the couch so nobody will see, and just slide it under so that Ephemera can see it. And I'm just gonna hug Velvet and just wait for Sunny to get back.
Half an hour later, the door opens. And that's where we will end for our mid-season finale. And it is actually time to end this time. I didn't just make it up and get confused.
1 more hour, actually.
1 more hour. All right.
One more.
1 more hour. Since this is mid-season finale, I'm going to ask the cast, does anyone have to run away right now? No?
Nope.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is 10 minutes Q&A. If anyone in chat has any questions for these lovely ladies, before we run off the mid-season finale, anything about what we're doing here, we'll do our best to answer those. Looking at the options for our truck, we will be adding... Where's my list gone? I saw a Bob and Robert Construction Bros. I think that was what it was. Yeah, I'm going to go with Bob and Robert Construction Bros. They will now be in our city and we will be seeing more of them.
I love them.
Thank you, chat, for that addition. I'm sorry we didn't get to bring it up. The Bob and Bob Construction Bros. Added 2 new vamps to them today. I do want to say a real special thank you to everyone who has supported and contributed to the show. I also want to mention real quick, I'm not sure if he is in chat right now, but RPG Webby, with whom I was play testing a spy game earlier, and we did a chase scene, and that really inspired how I ran the chase scene today. So thank you very much, Sam, for that session earlier. Does anyone have any quick questions before we run away? All right, while you are thinking about that, if you do, Jess, Susie.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
That was awesome. Oh my god. Like the whole scene, like Jess's first real outing as a feral vampire where she rips that old lady apart on the train. Like it was such a tragic, horrible thing. And I'm just there like, yeah. I'm so sorry, Lindy. This is the first time we've ever played together. And I'm like, I will kill her.
Okay.
That was amazing, Charlie. Well done. Hot damn.
Lindy, how are you and Ixis doing?
I'm doing great. Ixis is emotionally confused. Some mean teens. Should have punched somebody.
She did.
T-shirts aren't nearly as absorbent as she thought they were. Just a whole bunch of stuff. And then she thought was like her nice new friend and roommate was like, you should run. Wow. Just throws her across the street and she's like, she's gonna eat me. And just so much stuff. I'm pretty sure Ixis is gonna like make a formal apology, like once Jess is feeling better, like sorry for biting you. I just didn't want to die. And she's very excited for work tomorrow. She's really hoping that she's able to fix this before work tomorrow because that's like the highlight of her week.
Yeah.
So
I like to think as she was fleeing through the city, she was channeling her inner Spider-Man as she was leaping.
oh, she thought about it a little bit. Yeah. She's like, this is like that one time with the Green Goblin and Spider-Man.
Jess would have been proud.
She would have been if she hadn't been the Green Goblin in the scenario.
Al. Kiana, how are you doing? You had a crazy episode.
Oh boy. Yeah, that was interesting. Really got to flex some of those vampire powers at the expense of so many blood points. So many. Yeah.
It's a bad time.
Yeah, that 2 blood points. And she doesn't have a body to feed with. So she's gonna be hungry for a bit until she figures a way to get out of the fucking shadow realm.
I mean, in good news, she's not locked in the Neon Fortress.
No, that's good. I'm not trapped with a creepy GLaDOS-esque robot.
Yeah. You escaped Caroline.
Yeah. Whoa. That's also fun. We now have the Children of Terra in play. The Children of the Earth. Who are a great, fun organization that totally love the supernatural. That's exactly.
So for chat who might not know, the Children of Terra is something we established during our session zeros as the anti-supernatural people in our story, in our world, who are kind of like the anti-vampirium, the other side of the coin that no one particularly wants. So yeah, they finally revealed themselves today.
Yeah. So Al's gotta make some choices, and she can't ask any of her friends for help because she can't communicate. So, oops.
Well, let's see what connections she may still have to Jess. Ephemera, how are you doing today?
Thirsty.
Thirsty?
Really barely holding it together, feeling like she needs to hold everything together. Worried about where Al is, and having to kind of attempt and fail to break apart these 2 vampires was very taxing on her, to the point where she somehow gained a supernatural ability she'd never done before. I guess it's that mom strength coming out.
Yeah, Mama Vamp kicked in.
There you go. And Misty Steps. Yeah, she's just doesn't know what's going on. Kind of a good place to leave it, I think.
Yeah, so we had a question from chat. Will we be seeing Vampire Bo soon? Well, Jess gets a hold of him. Probably dead Bo.
Yeah, Jess as she is now will probably just tear him limb from limb. I don't know if actual, just normal Jess would turn him, though. I don't know. She maybe do if she was being super selfish, but I don't know.
Maybe to prove a point.
Maybe, yeah. Ooh, teenage rebellion. Turn her boyfriend. Because I can, Mom.
All right. So final question from me while I wait and see if anyone else throws some more questions in chat. What do you hope for the second half of our season? The cast will know we're discussing at the moment of season 2. We're not sure what's going on with that yet. So if we consider the next, I think 6-ish weeks will be, for now, the last part of this story. What are you hoping for your characters and from the story? I just see a question in the chat. Who is the oldest vampire? That is Ephemera. She is the oldest. I think May is a close second. She's not far behind Ephemera. And then Alice, and then Jess. Ixis is technically the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
Technically. But I'm not sure how old Ixis actually is in terms of years existing. It's not been something that's been revealed. Nope. Lindy, why don't I bug you first?
Okay.
What do you hope for the
Ixis is learning a lot about people. She's learned there's some really nice, helpful people. She learned today that there are some real douchey people. She's learned more about her vampire friends. She's learning a lot. I think she's her goal is to kind of put some of that knowledge to use and try to integrate more. Pretty sure that she might get a crush on somebody definitely not another vampire. It's gonna be like something else, and then it'll probably go horribly wrong for her, but she'll at least have tried. So maybe the pet shop store owner.
So I'm hearing smooches.
Smooches. Ixis needs smooches. And smooches and time fuckery. That's what I'm here for. Let's do that.
All right. Put it down in my notebook. Smooches and time fuckery. Kiana, what about you? What do you want for Al? And what do you want from the story?
Generally speaking, Al is she's an innovator, an inventor, a creator.
Mm-hmm.
And she is, I like for her to, well, she doesn't want to destroy this project.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, she knows the dangers of it. So I think I'm interested to see what decisions she makes there, because I don't know at this point. Al's fucking wild card at this goddamn moment. So I like to see the consequences of whatever happens there.
Mm-hmm.
Consequences of whether that information is destroyed or kept or given to certain people or not given to certain people. Because I don't think she wants to stop Ixis, but also, she'd like to not have her friend die. I have some plans. We'll see how they go.
Plans are good. And the famous spoon plan. Lasts until it comes into contact with anyone else.
Yeah. I'll have a plan and then something will happen. Be like, well, okay, let's throw those notes in the air and we'll go.
Anna, same questions for you.
So far, it feels like she hasn't had the time to focus on her main goal, which is, I can't remember exactly every bit I've revealed on the stream, but trying to find what happened to her as far as how she was turned and the creature that did it to her. I mentioned a little bit about that, but I know that's going to come more into play when the visitor comes. Stratford.
Be Stratford.
Yeah, I'm assuming that some of that will come out more. And I know I was doing some studying with Lamora, so hopefully something like with that can come to light. I'm really interested in everything else that's going on, though, and that's very Ephemera to have all this stuff going on and keep getting distracted by these different kind of.
There's a reason she hasn't found her answer in nearly 200 years, or
exactly.
nearly 100 years, right?
Yes, that's been like one of the main things she's been looking for a long time. So it's not like something she would get like overnight. So it's kind of appropriate the way that it's going.
But fingers crossed she gets an answer. And Susie, what about you?
So like obviously Jess's like her origins, like she wants to find that out. She wants to see like what was the meaning of that vision with May. Was that like a telling of the past, or was a vision of the future after her feral rampage? She don't know. She wants to find that out. also I kind of want her to have like this moment of just like heartbreak, whether that's something happening with her family or with Bo or someone close to her, and where she will actually like turn to rely on the members of the coven. Because at the minute Jess has been a young punk, you know, she doesn't respect anybody. She thinks she's above them all because she's young, she's fast, she's strong. These are all crusty old vampires trying to pretend they're not. And I really would like her to have that moment where she's like, nah, shit, these guys are my family. They know, you know, they know what's going on. They've been through centuries of pain and stuff. Maybe they can help.
Maybe they can. Well, I think that is everything. I don't think I saw any other questions. Let me go and check. Is Al tempted by the dark side? That's a good question, Anna.
I don't think so. I don't know if Al is good or evil in that kind of sense. She wants to protect her friends and herself.
Because my question is who is the dark side?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Because we've seen how the Vampirium is kind of fucked. And the Children of Terra are also kind of fucked. So it's just like, I was kind of thinking, how can I do this so that me and my family and my friends stay on top of it and we don't get fucked over?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Awesome. So we're gonna have a week off. Dear cast members, over the course of this week, or 2 weeks-ish, I guess, I'd like you to think about where you'd like to start. We're going to assume that you have eaten enough to keep you alive, with the exception of Al, who is tragically without body. But Al, you can still be thinking about where you would like to start. And I think for now, that is where we will be. If you'd like to tweet anything, clips, etc., make sure you use the hashtag #Vampsterdam. Thank you again for those donations today. They help support the show and the cast and our time here on Sundays. Thank you mostly for watching and being here, whether you're here live or on YouTube on WebDM Plays. We appreciate you very much. And I've had a ton of fun playing this today. I had to quickly change a lot of plans, but I still wanted to get some certain plot points in. And I appreciate all the cast for trusting me to do these horrible things to them to get us through those places. If you do have any ongoing questions, you can tweet me, because I am on Twitter all the time, and I will see them, and I will probably reply. Thank you to Matt, our producer, who hangs out with us every session. And thank you to WebDM for hosting us. We hope that Emma, you feel much better soon. We missed you today. We made a mess. Come clean up.
We need the adults.
Yeah, house mom didn't entirely hold down the fort. Second house mom is required.
Yes.
Yes, I hope everyone has a wonderful break while we're away. And check out all of these wonderful ladies in this game. Their handles are on the screen. They all have really cool projects going on and things going on in their life which are worth following and hearing about. I know that Kiana, Susie, and Lindy are all involved with a lot of games. Anna, are you involved with any other games at the moment? Shout out.
Not at the moment. No, I'm working a lot.
But still go and check out our favorite Bug Mom and how wonderful Mantis is.
And Human Mom.
And Human Mom.
Almost.
Soon. Well, I still think it's Alien, but I mean.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure. And as we mentioned, check out Hottest Singles, Void Merch, and check out Tabletop Loot for those dice. Use that code WebDM15 for 15% off. Anything else we need to plug?
Yes. Emma will be better next week, hopefully, but on Saturday morning on my channel, Laugh Love Lindy on Twitch, we are doing Teenagers from Outer Space. Kiana is DMing, and we are going to be having a giveaway from our Talsorian Games. We'll be giving away a signed copy of Teenagers from Outer Space. Details will probably pop up on the social media tomorrow about it. I'm still working out all the kinks, but I'm very excited to announce that, so if you want to check it out, check it out. It's going to be from 10 to noon Eastern. Lots of fun shenanigans. We're in detention. It'll be great.
Very cool. Also go and check out Kiana's game, all about being a sad robo mech pilot and the choices you get to make and relationships. I forget what the game was called. Remind me.
Life in the Machine.
Life in the Machine. And I think Kiana will probably put a link to that in chat. Check that out. Go and support Teenagers in Outer Space. It's a really fun game. It's got an amazing cast. I happen to know, and I've seen some of Kiana's devious thoughts about it, and it's going to be great. And check out that giveaway. Susie, did you have anything you wanted to quickly?
Oh yeah, Bike Club is back with this week, which is my Curse of Strahd campaign, in which my players bumble around Barovia, smooching headless horsewomen and carrying a baby with them everywhere. It's a lot of fun. You should tune in. That's at 8 p.m. GMT. So
You'll have to explain to me how you smooch headless horsemen.
Oh well. There was a scene 2 episodes ago where the headless horsewoman had her head in a lap, and our ranger still went in for the smooch.
Okay, well, as long as the head was present, I guess.
The head, well, yes, thankfully.
Okay.
And so finally, go and check out Tales from the Grim in about 45 minutes. Apparently, there is honey heist happening. Tales from the Grim, Greg, really great friends to WebDM and great friends to me. So be there and bear with us and hold on to your honey. Okay, take care everyone. I'm gonna run away before I say anything else stupid. Much love, and we will see you not next week but the week after when we return to New Amsterdam with the Lost Girls. Bye.